by student athletes, coaches, and spectators.
TJ's making himself up pretty.
Pirates fight for old Southwestern, for alma mater dear. Pirates fight for old Southwestern, for victory is near. To Southwestern will be loyal, to the sun far from the sky. And remember to the end, that a fight will never die. Pirates fight, yeah we win, ayy. Pirates fight, oh, to the end, whoa. Pirates fight, yeah we win, ayy. Pirates fight, yeah, to the end, whoa, to the end.
And good afternoon and welcome to Southwestern Pirates football on the Vype Live Network. My name is Merle Bertrand, coming to you live from Birkelbach Field in Georgetown, Texas. Joined today once again by TJ Vela, our producer Josh Blanche, Chuck Tracy down on the sidelines, Colton Hoff and Harley Hudson on camera, and Skylar Gillespie, our QA, back at the comfy, cozy Vype Live studios. Southwestern finally returns home, but are facing a tall task as the Pirates are hosting the number 10th ranked team in the country in the Hardin Simmons Cowboys, TJ. And you've been in that sort of heavy underdogs locker room before as a former player.
Yep.
What's the mindset of these Pirates coming into a game like this?
You know, coming into a game like this, Merle, you're just thinking you have nothing to lose. You know, you just got to execute your game plan, and you just got to play hard because, you know, you come in, you're not ranked, no one expects you to win.
Right.
So you just got to come out and play the best that you can because you never know. Any team can win on any given day.
And that might be especially be the case here today with Hardin Simmons coming in here. It's a road game. That's always a little bit tricky in and of itself. They've got a big game coming up next week against Howard Payne. They might be looking ahead a little bit.
Yeah, you know, we played Howard Payne last week. We saw how firing their offense is. You know, if we can come back and take some of what the lessons learned from last week, apply it to this week, you never know. You could see Southwestern, you know, win this game here.
Let's send it down to the sidelines. And the third member of our crew, if he's down there, I see him at about the 40-yard line. Hopefully he can hear us, Chuck. And hopefully Chuck Tracy won't get blown away. It is windy down there, Chuck.
Yes, it is. It's very windy with gusts. So there's a steady wind to begin with, and then it's gusting about 10 miles an hour. I figure what that is. I'm no weatherman, but if I'm definitely 15 miles an hour gusts down here, and it's pretty regularly up around 10 miles an hour, easy. The wind is whipping even more so as you get a little bit higher. The field a little bit less, but if you look at the American flag and the Texas flag, as well as the goalpost flags, they're whipping around like crazy. It's going to be tough to punt the ball into this wind, kick field goals. Heck, even an extra point may be difficult to negotiate today in that direction.
Yeah, I'm looking at the poor girl holding the Southwestern flag at the 20-yard line. She is hanging on for dear life. That might turn into a kite out there.
It almost looks like one of those Florida hurricane videos you see on social media.
Right.
You got to put your shoulder into it.
Well, Coach Chuck will talk to you in just a couple minutes when Coach joins you down to the sidelines. We'll get his thoughts on a windy afternoon here in Georgetown. Coach Joe Austin's Pirates into this afternoon's game at 2-4 overall, 1-3 in the American Southwest Conference after falling to Howard Payne 48-17 last Saturday in Brownwood. Hardin Simmons and her 12th-year head coach Jesse Burleson comes in at 5-1 overall, 3-1 in the conference after defeating ETBU 27-7 last week. Their only loss was a somewhat misleading 50-20 loss to Mary Hardin Baylor last month, and I bet TJ they'd like to have that one back because they think that they're a better ball club than what they displayed up there.
No, I completely agree with you on that, Merle. And it's usually with the ASC, it's always UMHB and Hardin Simmons kind of fighting it out for those 1 and 2 spots. Obviously, like you alluded to earlier, Howard Payne is now in that mix too. But that's one of those things. They had to play that game early on in the season that it may affect them the rest of the year. Obviously, right now it hasn't. But in games like this against Southwestern, next week against Howard Payne, you never really know how a loss like that can affect them mentally, going into the end of the year.
Well, that sets the table here. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll hear what Coach Joe Austin had to say about the Pirates' tough loss at Howard Payne last week and get his thoughts on this afternoon's matchups with the Cowboys. You're watching Southwestern Pirates football on the Vype Live Network.
Block number one. Well, first off, thank you for being here. Jordan Battles sweeps over the defender.
Crosby's second state championship appearance.
How does that sound?
We bounced a snap, and then we gave up a long return and put our defense in some tough spots. It would have been great for our defense to bail the team out a few times, and it just didn't happen. I mean, they're not going to stop them on all six. That's asking too much. But hold them to some field goals, maybe get a turnover in that situation themselves. Overall, our defense did really well. We made them go on the length of the field. We created several turnovers of our own. We made them punt. We held them to field goals. But that second quarter was rough. And then overall at the game, you look at the game, we gave them 6 short fields. And against a team that's in the national rankings, you're not going to overcome that.
I thought, the Pirates embarked on a couple of long scoring drives on their own. You look at the stat sheets, and it kind of pops out that Landy Gilpin with 5 interceptions. But as he talked about on the show Monday night, not all of that is completely on him.
No, not by any means. I think there's 2 you could really say that he would want back, and we'd hope he would improve upon. There was a Hail Mary last play of the half. That's a throwaway. And then there were 2 that are equally or more on our receivers than on the quarterback, because that makes it a complex problem. As we talked about on Monday night, we got to be on the same page with where the receiver's going to be and the quarterback's going to be and what they're expecting from each other. So we got to get that worked out, because whatever the reason is, whether it's a quarterback or the receiver or combination, one of them, Landry, got hit and knocked down as he was throwing. We got to try to clean up all that stuff as well as we can, as fast as we can.
And one last thought on last Saturday's game. Even though the score got a little bit away towards the end, I thought the Pirates played hard. That's something that we've seen all year long, is that they fight till the very end. They came back and kept it within range until the fourth quarter.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, that's what our football team does. They play hard, and it was a bad second quarter, but they responded and they played hard in the third. And it was a 20-point game going into the fourth, and unfortunately, we just couldn't reel it back in anymore and get it to where maybe an onside kick would be a big factor. Our guys compete. They compete and they play with effort. And to play at Southwestern, you've got to be able to do that. We're a high academic school. I'm not, saying that we're, take pity on us, but we know who we are. We know who we are. We're going to have to compete in a lot of games and work hard and out-compete and play with a ton of effort to have chances at winning week in and week out.
Well, certainly not going to get any easier here this afternoon as the number 10 ranked team in the country comes in, the Hardin Simmons Cowboys. The Cowboys have been on a roll as of late, 5-1 overall. They're the only blemish on their record, a 50-20 loss, which, as we talked about in the show Monday night, a little misleading against University of Mary Hardin Baylor. They're such a good program year in and year out. Talk about this version of the Cowboys.
It's, lather, rinse, and repeat, as they say.
Right.
They just keep rolling out top 10 teams, rolling out teams that can do damage on a national stage. They're really physical, and so that keys what they do on their whole football team. On offense, they run the ball really, really well, which gets their receivers in one-on-one situations, and they convert on those. They add their quarterback into the run game and make it an 11-on-11 situation. Really, really polished offensive football team. Defensively, they're loaded with athletes on the back end, and their defensive line is big and physical. They're just going to get off the ball and come after you. So it will be the most physical football game that we play all season, and our players need to come into the game being mentally ready for the physical challenge that's awaiting them.
And as you talked about on the show on Monday night, they're still battling for a playoff spot. There's only so many at-large bids yet, and it's sort of like the NCAA. They got to try to run up the score on the opponents that are left. How do you? And we're going to send it down the field real quick. Chuck's got Coach. Give you guys a little bit of extra incentive, knowing that they're going to try to roll up the score on if they can.
Very windy day today.
No, I don't think so. It's just you got to be aware that they are trying to build their case and make statements every week. Because I think they're counting on the fact that UNHB will finish out their conference schedule and go into the playoffs, being undefeated in the conference and take the conferences at large.
Very physical team. How do we counter or match that physicality?
You have to lose twice, right? And then I don't think anyone.
The challenges. Okay. Team predictors, so
it's great. We need some break. It's a tough. So we back to physicality. I think catch some breaks along the way. That's kind of what's going to do.
good luck to you today, Coach. And there you are, Merle. We got to match the physicality. It's not going to be easy taking on the Hardin Simmons Cowboys today. Back to you.
All right, thank you, sir. And just for future reference, I think your sweet spot is between the 30 and the 35. That seems where we got a pretty good signal there. So just so you know, that wind is really playing havoc with everything. You saw the guys coming out of the locker room, TJ. They looked like they were kind of leaning into the wind just to get out of the locker room there.
Yeah, you got to have that 45-degree angle lean if you're going to go in a wind like that, Merle. It's kind of like, Coach Austin mentioned the kicking game is going to be affected a lot today. We thought we saw it last week in Howard Payne with all the wind we had out there in Brownwood, but I think here today we're going to have it a lot more, and it's going to be a much bigger factor, not just in the kicking game, but also in the passing game. Because Hardin Simmons, they rely heavily on the pass, so we'll see if that affects them at all in terms of the rest of the game.
Pirate captain is out there. Landry Gilpin, number 12. Ethan Powell, 84. 77 is Nick Hackett. I think that's Jaquan Marion on the right side, but I'm not sure. Didn't get a good look at the number. If you're just listening instead of watching, the Pirates in the black jerseys with the white pants and the sort of goldenrod numerals, the black helmet. Hardin Simmons in all white, navy blue numerals, white helmet. And Hardin Simmons will get the football first. They'll be going left to right into the wind, so the Pirate defense will take over. And pretty important with an opponent like Hardin Simmons coming here, number 10, you got the wind at your back, your defense is first. Keep this game close in the first quarter, right?
Yeah, I agree with you on that one, Merle. And it's something we've seen all year, right? The defense has started off really well in the first quarter. So if the defense can start off hot here, and then the offense could come in, big plays early on, you never know with momentum, especially here in these games, a 1 o'clock game. Hardin Simmons may not have had the best night last night after traveling in from Abilene. It's not the closest drive. So, there's a lot of factors that could play in here, and we'll see if Southwestern can maybe take advantage of them early on.
So the Pirates set to kick it off from the 35-yard line. Beautiful day in Georgetown, about 80 degrees, sunny skies, San Diego weather, except, as Chuck mentioned, Miami wind blowing from right to left across the field. Game number 7. Again, the Pirates 2-4. Hardin Simmons 5-1, number 10 of the country. And Charlie Fournier with the football on the tee. And the wind, doing what the wind does, blows the football off the tee and sends it 2 yards up the field.
A very anticlimactic start to the game.
And it happened again. I'll never forget the very first broadcast we did here in 2013 when the program was coming back after 61 years. We're all up here. We're all ready to go. We're all pumped. We're all hyped. And there was a lightning delay for about 45 minutes.
Oh, no.
If you wait 61 years, you can wait another 45 minutes or so, I guess.
They didn't tell us that in the recruiting trips.
No. So a holder in place, and Fournier will kick it away from the 35. Don't think it'll matter. He doesn't need much help, and the wind should really help him get this one out of the end zone. We're underway from Georgetown. Fielded at the goal line, up to the 1 to the 5, to the 10 to the 15, left sideline up to the 20. Stays on the feet, out to the 25. Breaks tackle, 30, 35, 40. Fournier's got him and knocks him down at about the 48-yard line, but a good return to start things off here for Hardin Simmons. That was Jalen Crawford on the return. He's averaging 30.7 yards on kickoff returns, and you see why.
Yeah, Crawford just did a really good job there finding the crease in the Southwestern defense right there. Was able to get through, and you never know. The holder right there maybe that was his role, being in one of those creases. Right. You never know if that would have affected the play at all. So, nonetheless, Hardin Simmons, great field position to start here in the first.
Cowboys up to go here, and there you see the starting lineup for the Hardin Simmons Cowboys. Galen Glenn, the quarterback, leading them out. And a shuttle pass underneath. Trying to get the quarter turn to the right side of the 45. Cuts it up at the 40. Bounces it to the near side of the 35. Breaks a tackle. And down to the 30-yard line. A 15-yard pickup there for Jalen Crawford. Quarterbacks love those kind of passes. They toss it 1 yard and let the guys get all the punishment and get 15 yards for them.
It's the easiest pass in football, Merle. It's kind of like just starting off your game. If you can go 1 for 1 like that and not have to really overextend your arm, that's a great way to start if you're a quarterback.
First down at the 31-yard line, and we'll take a look at the Southwestern defense after this play if we haven't already. I've looked away, so handoff up the middle, right side now, and stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there. On the carry was Colton Marshall, and a host of Pirates involved along with Jason Lund. There you see that was the offense again. There's the Pirate defense. Malik McDonald, Nick Hackett, the usual cast of characters. The defense has played well. They just can't be on the field for, 45 of the 60 minutes here this afternoon.
Yeah, that's been the big thing is fatigue, right? But here in this game, Malik McDonald, Alec Gomez, those are going to be the guys that are going to need to make big plays here for Southwestern if they expect to beat Hardin Simmons today.
Second down and 9 at the 30-yard line. Glenn dropping back, looking. Pocket breaks down now, rolling to his right, and he's going to go down. Lund gets him. It won't be a sack. He managed to fall forward for a couple of yards. But a nice play there by Jason Lund. Swallowed him up, and that's going to set up a third down here. Third down and about 7 to go from the 29-yard line. Just underway from Georgetown, no score.
And thankfully, Lund was able to trip up Glenn right there because Glenn had nothing but open space in front of him. He would have surely got the first down before he got tackled. So luckily for the Pirates defense, Lund was able to make a play right there.
Third down and 8 from the 29-yard line. Glenn dropping back. Good protection this time. Good coverage. Now fires over to the right side. That ball is caught for a touchdown. It would be pass interference anyway, unless it's offensive pass interference. But I don't. Kevin Evans with the catch for now. We'll just let the officials sort it out. There was contact in the end zone. Pass interference on the defense. So the touchdown will stand. A lot of hand checking, a lot of contact. I thought maybe Evans pushed him off, but 9 times out of 10, that's going to go against the defense.
Yeah, Evans just did a really good job of staying with the ball there, even while going to the ground due to the Southwestern defender. And I didn't think he was going to catch it there. I thought
either.
It was going to go off the hand or the helmet of the Southwestern cornerback, but somehow, some way, Evans able to manage and watch the ball into his hands for a touchdown there. Just a great play showing great athleticism.
Grayson Beard now 36 out of 37 on PATs as he knocks that one through. And with 13:09 to go in the first quarter, Hardin Simmons fires right out of the gate with a nice drive to take a 7-0 lead. So now your offense has to do something. You cannot afford to go 3 and out, or you might find yourselves down 14-0 before the game's even warmed up.
Holding on to the ball, keeping it safe, and just extending drives. That's going to be the name of the game for the Pirates offense today. Make the Cowboy defense tired. It's been our defense tiring throughout the year. We need the other team's defense to be the one that's tired. And, going back to that previous drive, something we saw last week, Merle, against Howard Payne, was field position, right? Howard Payne always had great field position to start, and they more often than not managed to score on those drives. Here, Hardin Simmons had great field position in our territory.
Yep.
And, found the end zone after, 5 different plays. And so that's going to be another story we need to keep our eye on, is just making sure that if we're going to let Hardin Simmons get the ball, it's deep in their own territory, not in the Southwestern territory.
Yeah, that is going to be a key. This offense doesn't need any more help. So Bearden set to kick it away. And look at the wind, knock that thing back. It's like throwing a frisbee up in the air to yourself. Lands out of bounds. And the Pirates will get it at first down 10 to 35-yard line. Looked like a nice normal kick-up, got into the jet stream and just died.
Yeah, it's like one of those golf shots right there.
Yeah.
Like you hit a little too high and the wind's going to bring it back. It's kind of like golf. If you want to have a long kick in golf, or a long drive in golf, you got to keep the ball low, right, Merle?
Yep.
So here in this game, kicker's going to have to keep the ball low and kind of run it through there and hit a little stinger, basically off their leg, if they want to get any kind of distance with their kicks today.
So let's take a look at the Pirate offense. Landry Gilpin will lead them out. Jaquan Marion getting the start in the backfield, number 5. Talented cast of receivers. Pirate offense averaging 21 points per game, 352.5 yards per game. And first down Southwestern at the 35-yard line. One receiver right, trips here to the near side. Gilpin, play action, rolling to his left, dumps it off underneath, complete at the 39-yard line. Good for about a 4-yard pickup. As they swing it out to Mitchell Garrett. They give him 5 yards on the play, second down and 5.
And it's going to be important for the Pirates offense today. We talked about extending drives and everything like that. Focus on getting the ball to your playmakers, guys like Ethan Powell, JoJo Wilson, Jaquan Marion. If we can get the ball in those guys' hands and let them make plays, it's going to be a great day for the Pirates. 2
receivers wide right, handoff to Mahurian. And it's going to be met in the backfield and dropped for a loss back at the 36-yard line. Coming in backside for the Cowboys was Brock Bunyot. And he met him right at about the handoff. A loss of 2, going to set up a 3rd and 7.
Yeah, Brock Bunyok right there just smelt the football coming his way, completely avoided the block coming from the wide receiver on the left side, and just no room for Marion to run, unfortunately, for the Pirates. Now they're faced with a long 3rd down.
3rd down and 7 from the Pirate 38-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 to the near side. Wind at the back of Southwestern. Gilpin dropping back, rolling right. Pressure coming from the right side. Fires over the middle, and it's going to be intercepted. Overshot him to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, coming up to the left sideline, 35, 30, and stumbles down to the 25-yard line. But the pickoff made by Devontae Nephew, and that was just a case of Landry Gilpin overthrowing his intended target. The wind might have made that ball sail just a little bit.
Yeah, the wind may have played a big factor there, Merle. You never really know. He had a lot of time back there, Gilpin did. He stepped up in the pocket. Looked like he made a good throw, but like you're saying, just overshot him right into the waiting arms of the Hardin Simmons defender. And now, again, great field position at the 25-yard line for the Hardin Simmons offense.
11:53 to go first quarter. Cowboys up 7-0. They got a first down and 10 to the Pirate 25. Pass swing out to the right side, complete in the flat. Looking for running room, cuts it back up to the outside. Drugged down from behind. Beautiful open field tackle there for the Pirates by Peyton Vaughn, hustling down the field to keep that to a 3-yard pickup.
And Martin right there, who caught the ball, is going to look back at film and realize all he had to do was go upfield and let his receiver make the block on the outside shoulder. He had nothing but green space. Right. He tried to cut it back inside, and that's never where you want to go if you're a wide receiver making that kind of catch, because the defense is going to swarm on you quick.
Second down and 7. Quinn changing up the play. 2 receivers wide left, 1 to the near side. Handoff, left side, blockers in front of him. But nice penetration by the Pirate defense to stack that up for about a 3-yard pickup. Miles Featherston on the carry, and a host of Pirates involved on the stop. Patrick Nicholas getting up. Alex Gomez getting up.
And I know it's a 3rd and short here, Merle, basically, a 3rd and medium if you'd like to call it. But basically, would you consider this 4-down territory with the wind and how it's
I
blowing
would think
in?
so, yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
3rd down and 4 from the 19-yard line.
Obviously, we haven't made a stop yet, but, I mean,
right.
You never know with Coach Burleson what he wants to do and how much he trusts his offense.
3rd down and 4 from the 19-yard line. Glenn drops back in the shotgun. 2-step drop, looking fine with the right side, right slant, incomplete, almost intercepted, deflected into the waiting arms of Andre Gibson, who couldn't hang on to it, just couldn't quite react fast enough. And we're going to get our answer here real quick, as there's a 4th down and 4 coming up, and so far the offense is staying on the field. It's a big play early in this football game. If you get a stop here after the turnover,
it's a big momentum swinger. It just kind of shows the defense, too, that they can do it. They can stop this high-powered offense,
right,
who is ranked high in the country.
4th and 4 from the 19-yard line. Glenn dropping back. Good protection. Hit. He's going to go down. Going to go down. I think it was Alex Gomez that got him. It was. And a huge stand by the Pirate defense after turning the ball over to the offense. Defense comes on, does their job, says no harm, no foul, guys.
Alec Gomez is playing big man football right now, Merle. I don't know if you saw that. It was delayed blitz. Alec Gomez right in the middle. He didn't show blitz. He came right after the snap came, and the lineman kind of opened up, and the running back had to step up and block Gomez, and there was no chance for him. Gomez went right through the running back all the way to make the sack on the quarterback. Just a fantastic job there by Gomez, and a great stop by the Pirates defense.
So Pirates take over 1st down and 10 at the 28-yard line after the turnover on downs. And dropping back is Gilpin. Good protection. Dumps it off underneath, complete to the 30. And up to the 30, breaking a tackle to the 35, paid the price. A good hard running out there by Ethan Powell. Gain of about 5 hard-earned yards. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 5 with 10 minutes to go in the first quarter.
And I said in that first drive, Ethan Powell's going to be one of those guys to rely on. He's proven to be a great asset to the Pirates offense all year.
Yep.
You know, everything that he brings to the table. Like last week, he was one of the top 5 receivers in Texas, not even just Division III, but D3, D2, D1, NAIA. He was the top 5 receiver in terms of yardage and touchdowns. So rely heavily on him here today.
494 yards, 21.5 yards per catch for Powell. Now Gilpin rolling to his right, looking downfield, keeps the play alive, fires over the right side and batted away. Dangerous pass. Momentarily had Mitchell Garrett open, but that's a hard throw to make rolling right. And good defense there by Hardin Simmons to cover on that, to close on that play pretty quickly.
And one thing that Coach Austin stressed, in one of the weekly football shows that you do, Merle, was how they practice the scramble drill with these wide receivers. Right. How they're always telling them, you got to find open space. for defenses that have to go against Gilpin, I'm pretty sure they kind of practice the same thing.
Right.
Because you never really know what Gilpin's going to do. So, and throughout the week, I'm sure their scout team quarterback's kind of showing them that look so they can be prepared for all of this too.
Try to pick this up, 35. He's going to run for it now, left side, trying to get the corner turn. Now he dumps it off underneath. There you go, but overshot JoJo Wilson. If that catch is made, it's probably a touchdown.
A touchdown, but more importantly, a first down, if not a touchdown. Because unfortunately for the Pirates, that's another 3 and out.
Oh.
And it's a tough one at that.
Man, he got the defense to bite that he was going to run, had me thinking he was going to run, and he just kind of put it out there, but overshot Wilson a little bit.
And see, I thought I was a little confused, honestly, Merrill, because he ran to the, to the close side, the near side of the sideline, and he had no blockers over here. So I was like, I thought it was a broken play almost. But no, they kind of shocked us all and threw to Wilson, but just couldn't connect, unfortunately.
High spiraling punt lands at the 39-yard line and bounces straight out of bounds. So Hardin Simmons will take over first down 10 at the 39-yard line with 9:17 to go in this first quarter. Let's take a moment and thank some of our sponsors of Southwestern Pirates football here on Vype, including Antioch of Georgetown, Baylor Scott and White Healthcare, Chapel Realty Group, Chick-fil-A, Chisholm Trail Pediatrics, Hewlett Chevrolet Volkswagen, Double Dave's Pizza, Eagles Wings, First Texas Bank, Gary Brown CPA, and the Georgetown Shirt Company. We'll hear from some of the more later on here. First down 10 at the 39-yard line. Handoff right side, looking for running, cuts it back up to the 40 and pushes out across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Gain of about 7 yards on the play for Kevin Evans. Going to set up a second down and 3. Email is open, southwesternfb at gmail.com, southwesternfb at gmail.com. Give a shout out to your favorite player on either side. Hardin Simmons fans, welcome aboard as well here in Georgetown.
We welcome emails from all teams.
Yes, we do. Handoff right side, looking for running. Makes a man miss the 50, the 45, inside the 40, down to about the 36-yard line. Good carry there by Featherston again. And the Cowboys got something cooking again. They've got it at the Pirate 37.
This has been 2 big plays in a row on the ground for Hardin Simmons. A problem that Southwestern's defense is showing right now is they're going underneath blocks too much. And, they're trying to go underneath, fight through these blocks, but you can't do that for speedy teams like Hardin Simmons. You got to fight over top of these blocks to make sure that you're not allowing them to gain any more yardage forward and just kind of string them out towards the sideline. Kind of like what we saw just right there on that play.
Yeah, Andre Gibson doing exactly what you're talking about. Strung it out, fought off the block, and held that carry for no gain, so second down and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Yeah, because if you're a blocker and you see someone go underneath you, that's perfect. Like, go. You're not going to catch my guy. You're as a blocker, you're taught to keep going forward to the next guy because then that guy has the best potential to make the play. Not the guy who ran right underneath you when the running back's already way past him.
Second down and 10 at the 38-yard line. Glenn dropping back. Hit as he throws it. That ball is caught at the 29-yard line, and it's going to be digging towards the first down marker. I think he's got it. Oh, ball came out, but they're going to call him down. Jalen Crawford hauled it in, fighting for yardage. The Pirates poked it away, but they ruled that forward progress had stopped, and it'll be a first down for the Cowboys.
I think Hardin Simmons would have ended up getting the ball back. They had a teammate there near the ball. But still, it doesn't matter here. First down for the Cowboys.
At the Southwestern 27-yard line. Glenn in the shotgun, 2 receivers near side. Handoff up the middle and tripped up from behind. Beautiful penetration there by the Pirate defense to knock down Featherstone. And flags come flying down well after the fact. Hardin Simmons players are applauding, so hopefully we don't have some extracurricular activity here on the Pirates.
I think it may be. They're taking our guy out right there.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 13 of the defense. Penalties happen distance to goal.
Boy, you can't do that. He had him in 2nd and 10, and now it's going to be first down and 10 and a 15-yard mark-off.
Yeah, if you're Coach Creasel, that's the last thing you want to see. Your defense had a great stop on the first down play, and then just a kind of a knucklehead move right there. Gets Hardin Simmons a cheap first down in the red zone. Just not ideal for the Pirates here.
So first down, Cowboys at the 13-yard line. Shuttle pass underneath, looking for running room right side, cutting it back up to the 10, and drug down from behind, down to about the 6-yard line. On the stop for Southwestern was Patrick Nicholas. Nice pickup there for Gatlin Martin. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 4 from about the 6. Glenn has Featherston to his left. And off Featherston up the middle, breaking a tackle and spins toward the goal line. Did he get it in? He did. Touchdown. So a 6-yard touchdown plunge for Featherston makes it 13-0 in favor of the visitors with the extra point pending.
And right there on that play, and it's something I noticed on this whole last drive here, Merle, Hardin Simmons is relying heavy on the counter look. They're pulling, it doesn't matter which side they're going to. They're pulling the guard and the tackle, and sometimes even the tight end with it, and they're showing a lot of counter looks, whether it be through a handoff like we just saw for the touchdown. They had the shuttle pass on the previous play. That was also a counter look. So right now, Southwestern not able to stop that, and it'll be interesting to see moving forward for the rest of the game if Hardin Simmons keeps staying with that, because right now it's working.
It is indeed. The extra point is up and good, and right now Hardin Simmons is working. 6:12 to go first quarter. They lead at 14-0. So we'll see what the Pirate offense can do here to try to get something going, get some points going, give your defense a chance to kind of regroup a little bit. It's not going to get easier in the second quarter when you're going against a win.
And when you're going against a team like Hardin Simmons, it's not going to be easy at all. You know that they're good on every facet of football, whether it be offense, defense, special teams. And it's going kind of harken back to what Coach Austin said before the game. Got to be physical.
Yep.
Got to be physical on both sides of the ball, and that's the only way you can come out on top here.
So the kickoff coming from the 35-yard line. 6:12 to go opening quarter. Kickoff at about the 25-yard line. And that's where the Pirates will start this drive. First down and 10 from the 25 with 6:06 to go in the first quarter.
Luckily for us, with the win, when Hardin Simmons does punt or kick to the scoreboard side, we will get to see more of JoJo Wilson, Elijah Norris, those return men for the Pirates,
right,
who have done great jobs all year, just haven't been able to see them too much because typically what we see are touchbacks for the kickoff team.
So first down, Pirates moving from right to left from the 24-yard line. Triangle trips here to the near side, one wide right. Empty back set for Landry Gilpin. And Gilpin, quarterback draw up the middle, and not much running room there. Picked his way forward for a yard or two. He's going to bring up a 2nd down at about 8.
So I talked previously about Hardin Simmons using the counter look and how the running backs are doing a good job following the blockers. Right there, Southwestern coming with the power to the left side with the big right tackle, Brian Gutierrez, pulling around. Gilpin just not following Gutierrez through the hole right there, and he kind of found himself on the wrong side of the line. That's where all the defenders for Hardin Simmons were, unfortunately.
2nd down and 9 from the 26-yard line. Swing pass here to the near side, and Mehdi Mealy fighting his way off the block. Wow. Pirates swung it out, a wide receiver screen to Mitchell Garrett. And for the second time tonight, Brock Munoz there in the backfield. Fought off the block, made a great play. Loss of 4. Sets up a 3rd down and 13.
Yeah, those are the kind of ones where Garrett's going to go back to his teammate and say, hey, what's going on, man? You don't like me? Like, what happened? Like, you didn't block for me on that one. And just unfortunately altogether now, it's a long 3rd down play here now for the Pirates, and potentially another 3 and out in our hands.
Flip the formation. Now triangle trips on the right side, one to the near side. Gilpin dropping back, good protection, dumps it off in the slot, complete, and out to the 29-yard line, breaks a tackle, dives forward out to the 30-yard line. Still about 5 yards shy of the first down. But Joey Robinson, who was not in the lineup last week, comes back in, makes an immediate contribution. And 4th and 4 from the 31-yard line.
And he's someone that the Pirates are also going to need, to produce a lot, not just in this game, but the rest of the year. You said last week he was in the lineup. There was a big piece of the offense missing, both in terms of blocking and in terms of these short yardage catching situations. We have Ethan Bowell. He's above 6'4". He's done a great job and does a great job playing wide receiver as well. But you have Joey Robinson, who's just a good complement to that. He'll be on the line blocking, and he can kind of sneak away and kind of find himself in some holes here and there where Landry kind of dumped the ball out to him.
Good snap back to Ben Lancaster, and he gets all of this one. Going to sail back to the 24-yard line, fielded there, coming up to the near sideline to the 30. 35 to the 40, tippy-toeing to the sideline. I think he stepped out of bounds. Yeah, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds back here at the 45-yard line. Do you see the nice no penalty there by Hardin Simmons? Coming over to make a block, realized he didn't have the angle, and he pulled up.
It's a smart play overall because we saw last week a big interception return for Southwestern get called back because of a penalty like that. So it's one of those things that as special teams coaches you're kind of harping on, like, hey, we can't do this. I know what we typically like with football we can do, but no, we can't do it anymore. It's against the rules. But going back to that punt, we talked earlier, Merle, about how you got to keep it low.
Yeah.
If you're going to keep it low, you can't punt it right to the guy because you don't give your return team a lot of time to come make a play on the ball. And so we saw kind of almost an even bigger return from Hardin Simmons right there.
Yeah, all the way out to the 44-yard line. I'll kick the coverage that time. Glenn dropping back, firing over the left side, complete to the 50. And digging for more, might have enough for the first down. About a yard shy. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 1. That's Kai Brinkerhoff on the reception. 3:33 to go first quarter. So far, the Cowboys not letting the wind bother them at all. Glenn dropping back, looking. Pass over the left side, incomplete. Fired that one off the mark. Would have been covered immediately, but it would have been enough for the first down, but that would have been about it. Instead, it's 3rd down and 1.
And they were looking deep right there. They were trying to make a big play happen. They know here now on 3rd and 1 they can likely get this yard. But hopefully for the Pirates, that's not the case.
So 3rd and 1. Glenn in the shotgun. One receiver wide left, one to the near side. Handoff up the middle. Looking for Runningham. Has a first down and more inside the 40 down to the 38-yard line. Featherston on the carry. Needed 1 and picked up about 10.
And that's why those first down plays, whenever you get 7, 8, 9 yards, that's why those are so important, Merle, because it opens up the playbook a little more. Because 2nd down, as you saw, they tried to go a little deep, tried to make a big play happen, and 3rd down there, they were able to just run the ball up the middle to get the first down, and then a little extra, too, after the fact.
Pirate defense looking to generate a turnover or something. First down and 10 at the 38-yard line. Glenn in the shotgun, swings it out right side. This is actually a lateral, and he is going to be knocked down from behind. Holy cow. What a great job coming in that time for the Pirates. Malik McDonald, I think, just fought through the block and just shoved everybody backwards.
Malik McDonald also playing some big boy football today. He absolutely did a great job following the play the whole way. He stayed with the guy the entire time, and he just absolutely bench pressed the offensive blocker into the running back of Hardin Simmons. It's a sight to see right there, Merle.
2nd down and 21 back at the 49-yard line. Can't let him off the hook here now. Glenn dropping back. Now the pocket breaks down. He's going to step up. He's got some running room to the 45 to the 40 to the 35. Inside the 30, he's going to pick up the first down at the 25-yard line. You've got him 2nd and 21, and he rumbles for about 25 yards and picks up the first down.
Is that what you meant by letting him off the hook?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's what I figured, unfortunately. That was a strong run, though, by the quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, Glenn found, like you said, the pocket broke down. He saw a bunch of room in front of him. And, on long plays like that, when you're sending the receivers deep and the cornerbacks, linebacks have to stay with them, that's kind of the result. The quarterback can run up like that, especially a big running quarterback like Glenn is.
So first down and 10 at the Pirate 25-yard line, 1:40 to go first quarter. High snap over his head. Loose football back at the 45-yard line. Still loose. He's just going to fall on it back at the 49, which is where he was on the previous play. So the Cowboys trying to help out the Pirates here a little bit. Now it's going to bring up 2nd and 33. Should I say it again? You can't let him off the hook?
No, please don't. I don't want any more deja vu here, Merle. And they're switching out the D-line here. Some fresh legs to – oh, no.
As Hackett comes in, lined up on the right side. 2nd down and 33 to go, back to the 49-yard line.
If Hardin Simmons would have snapped that, Southwestern had 12 men on the
Yeah,
field.
they
I
did.
don't know why they didn't want to snap it.
Glenn dropping back. Going for it all up here, the near sideline. That ball is incomplete. Beautiful coverage downfield. Oh, they're going to call a flag. Flag comes in late. I thought that was pretty good coverage.
Yeah, I thought so too, Merle. And that's the sideline judge that's calling that. Usually what you see is the middle judge call that. He didn't throw anything. So I'm kind of shocked on that one, considering that the middle judge kind of had a better angle to that.
15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic. First down.
And that does bail him out.
Yeah, it does, yeah. 15 yards, but it gives them the first down. As Pirate fans voice their displeasure at the call.
And as a DB there's not too much you can do. That was just great coverage, and unfortunately a ref didn't see it that way. I thought, if anything, Evans kind of slipped and like he was kind of diving for the ball.
Yeah.
But maybe because our guy just didn't turn his head around, that could have been it. He put his hand up, but he didn't turn around completely to play the ball. There's a lot of different factors, obviously, that a ref sees. Just unfortunately didn't go the right way for the Pirates there.
Kadari Isa on the coverage. I thought he had pretty good coverage. So first down 10 at the 34-yard line. Defense has to regroup here. Glenn, handoff Featherston left side. Big head of steam, cuts it back up to the 30, and down. Another flag comes in. This might be coming back. About a 7-yard pickup for now, but we might have a hold here.
Miles Featherston on the carry. First flag on the play. Holding. Offense.
All right. They're doing everything they can to help us out in this drive.
Yeah, they really are, especially on these first down plays. They had the big loss in the other play a few minutes ago. Then you had the fumble, and then you had that one in the holding. So they are helping us out a little bit. It's the second down, though, Merle, that we just can't
Right.
scratch off yet.
Looks like a spot foul, so first down, they got to get to the 24, to the 41, 1st and 17. I don't think they have to, they do have to run one more play. It's about a 5-second discrepancy. The 1st and 17 from the 41-yard line. Glenn dropping back. Pressure come from the edge, fires over the center of the field, and that's going to be caught for a touchdown. Good coverage initially, but unfortunately Kai Brinkerhoff was able to pull away from the defender, catches it in stride into the end zone, and Howard Simmons is going to have a 3-score lead here at the end of the first quarter.
And just a great post route there by breaking off. Glenn did a good job, too, of leading him with the ball. He kind of only threw it to where his guy could catch it. And Elijah Noah's great effort out there with the dive, but just a beautifully thrown ball, an even better run post route. And Hardin Simmons now another touchdown here in the first quarter.
Beautifully thrown ball into the wind. Would have been very easy for that ball to get pushed back and picked off. Extra point is no good. So finally something goes wrong for Hardin Simmons, but they still have a 20-0 lead here with 6 ticks on the clock in the first quarter. You get it drawn up exactly the kind of start you didn't want to see the Pirates get off to. This would pretty much be it, down 20-0 against these guys early.
Yeah, and this is not a start we typically see from the Pirates, right? Like we saw it against UMHB, yes, but that's UMHB. Obviously, that's the #1 team in the country. We typically see the Pirates start off. It's a close game. Like last week, it was 3-0 the whole way in the first against Howard Payne, and then some other games very close as well. So Pirates in some unfamiliar territory here, down 20 in the first.
Hardin Simmons fans traveling well across the way. A lot of purple and gold over there. What is it, Abilene? About 3.5, 4 hours?
3.5 hours, yeah. Now,
we were not much to see either.
No, when we were talking last week about how Brownwood, there's like those dead zones with Verizon. Yeah. There's even more dead zones going to Abilene, unfortunately.
Line drive kick along the ground. Fielded at the 25-yard line to the 30 and up to the 35. to the 36-yard line. This might be the Pirates' best starting field position of the afternoon. On the return, Colby Bartlett, and that is how the first quarter is going to come to an end. So quarter number 1 in the books here from Georgetown. Unfortunately, 20-0, Hardin Simmons on top. And let's send it down to Chuck down there on the sidelines.
That's the end of the first quarter.
If he is ready. All right, Chuck, your thoughts. Not the way the Pirates wanted to get this one started.
Yeah, it's not really shaking out the way that you would want it to as Pirates faithful. However, we've seen how good Hardin Simmons can be. We've taken their best punch. They've made minimal mistakes, and even the ones they did make, they were able to overcome. So, you've taken their best punch and still standing. There's still another quarter here in the first half. Let's see what the Pirates can do. Back to you, Merle.
All right, thanks, Chuck. We'll find out right here if they can answer. First down and 10 going into the wind now. Gilpin dumps it off underneath, complete out to the 40 to the 42-yard line. Nice solid pickup of 6 yards on the play. I think that was Powell on the reception. Yes, it was. Thanks to Skylar Gillespie. Keeping an eye and an ear on the broadcast this afternoon to make sure that we're staying on the air and looking and sounding good. Pirates are 2-0 at home. Only get 4 home games this year, but so far this place has been pretty friendly.
And we've beaten an Abilene team at home this year.
That's true. Blake McDonald on the carry. He'll be drugged down from behind after picking up 1 yard. That's going to set up a 3rd down and 1. Something we talked about with Coach on the show on Monday night, just the Pirates' inability to consistently mount any sort of running attack. That puts all the pressure on Gilpin in the passing game.
And it's kind of surprising, right, too, Merle, because we have Jaquan Marion, who's really good.
Right.
We have other guys like Aiden. I can't remember his last name. But we have, 3 other running backs from last week that are really good. Obviously, some went down and got hurt. But the running attack has always been something that Southwestern has kind of prided themselves on. So it's very surprising it hasn't worked here early in the season.
And Marion gets the carry again. He's going to be shoved out of bounds. He'll lose a yard on the play. So that'll bring up a 4th down at about 4. On the stop for the defense, Devontae Nephew already has the interception, helped out by Brock Munoz. Those 2 guys have been a thorn in the side already here this afternoon.
And I thought that drive was going to be a little more extended because we had that good first play, Merle. We got 6 yards on that. I thought we were going to build on that. Kind of like how Hardin Simmons does. They get a good first play, and they're able to build on that throughout the drive. But right there, just 2 plays for a loss, and now 4th down here once again for the Pirates offense.
So Lancaster punting into the teeth of the stiff wind for the first time this afternoon. Good snap back. Pretty good punt, all things considered. Fielded at the 29-yard line. And beautiful job on coverage for Southwestern. Hustling down the field was Patrick Nicholas. And that'll be about a -5 yards on the return. Is this the world's worst field position that they've had to start the game?
I think it is, but there's also going to be a flag here, so it could be better field position for them here in a second. And the White Hat's looking over to Coach Burleson.
That's never a good sign.
Illegal formation. 5 players in the backfield. 5-yard penalty to be added from the end run. First down.
Did he say 5 men in the backfield?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, they'll add 5 yards to the return, so it'll be out to the 31-yard line. So first down from the 31-yard line. Glenn play action. Rolling to his right, now stepping up. Firing over the right side, got a receiver behind the defense and caught. 10-5 touchdown. Kevin Evans, his 2nd reception of the afternoon. That time he was about 7 yards behind the defense. And Hardin Simmons with their first play with the wind at their back. Strike right away for 70 yards.
Yeah, you kind of wonder if Coach Burleson knew exactly what play he'd run once the wind was kind of behind him there.
Yeah.
He just said, Evans, run a vertical, and Glenn, don't miss him. That's kind of basically, I'm sure, what they said in the huddle. And now the Pirates down 4 touchdowns early in the second.
Bearden's had a busy afternoon, and that kick is blocked. Play is still alive, rolling to his right. Firing over to the right side. That ball is incomplete. Nice job there by Gatlin Martin to pick that up and try to keep it alive. But good penetration by the Pirate defense to get a block in the extra point to keep the score 26-0.
And it's something we've seen all year with Marion Williams-Jack out there in the middle. They do a good job of getting penetration, knocking the front offensive line down on the field goal unit. They just haven't been able to connect and block one yet. And now Williams-Jack able to do so right there. He's hyped up on the sideline. It could be plays like that that could spark a team, or you never really know. Like, momentum's weird in football, so it could be something like that. And then the offense seeing how quickly Hardin Simmons scored. It's all about, perception, how you take certain things. And hopefully here the Pirates are just kind of getting back into things, because here early, it's not looking good.
Yep, rough start here in Georgetown. The clouds rolling in, a lot of high silky clouds. So sort of a diffuse sunlight now over the field here at Birkelbach Field.
I like that, silky clouds.
Silky clouds.
I've never heard that description. I'm going to start using it.
Elijah Norris and JoJo Wilson back to receive the kick. A couple of speedsters if they get a shot here. And they will not. It's going to go 8 yards into and out of the end zone, and the Pirates will start this drive first down and 10 at their own 25-yard line. 13:35 to go in the first half that's been dominated thus far by the Hardin Simmons Cowboys. Well, next week a 1 o'clock start, but we will be up north to Sherman, Texas to take on the thus far winless Austin College Roos.
It's probably a 1 o'clock start because they still don't have lights over there.
Yeah.
I don't know, Merle. I can talk bad about all these other cities in the conference. I won't. I'll stop. I promise. But Sherman, I could easily do it. Trust me.
And off left side looking for running room, and going to be knocked down for about a 2-yard loss on the play. Noah Camacho in on the carry. We'll lose 2. I don't think I've been there since 2017 or so, but last time I was there, they still had grass. One of the few places in Texas that still had grass. I don't know if it's changed since then.
You can't even call it grass, though, Merle. It's like dust.
Right.
It's just a bunch of dirt. It's like a New Age dust bowl. I personally hated it over there, but it's okay. They got turf now. It's all that matters. But they still don't have lights. Make that make sense.
Second down and 12 from the 23-yard line. Play action to Camacho. Gilpin they're going to say that's a fumble. Scooped up to the 5-yard line and into the end zone. Touchdown. I don't know if his arm started going forward and he tucked it back in, then was hit and fumbled. They're going to talk about this. For now, Matt Mitchell's got a fumble recovery for a touchdown.
They better change it. That was an incomplete pass.
Yeah, it looks like the play's going to stand.
I'm shocked on that one, Merle. I don't know what to tell you. It looks clear as day that Gilpin was throwing that ball and his arm was going forward, and that it just hit off of the defender of Hardin Simmons, and it looked like just an incomplete pass that got batted down. Maybe you're right. Maybe it went across his body the whole way, and I don't know.
Yeah, the only thing I can think is if he started to pass, saw the pressure coming, and tried to pull it in and tuck it under, and when he did, he was hit. Not really a lot of protests on the Southwestern sidelines.
No.
Although Coach Austin is talking to the official now, but extra point was good, and it's going from bad to worse here. 12:46 to go, down 33-0.
Yeah, I don't know. That's going to be one that I'm shocked about. The refs are still talking about it, looks like. I mean,
it's too late now.
I mean, talk about just momentum swings right there. Like, I know they're up however much, but Southwestern could have had a good drive there. You never know.
Yeah.
That's going to be one where I'm going to look back on the film and the broadcast later.
Yep.
I still don't believe that call.
Yeah, the broadcast is posted almost instantaneously, so you can go back and check it out for yourself. Line drive kick here to the near sideline, and that one gets into and out of the end zone. So the Pirates will start this drive first down and 10 from the 25-yard line. So Austin College next week, and then the rivalry game 2 weeks from today, right back here on homecoming against TLU.
That'll be a good one.
That'll be a good one.
That'll be a real good one. Like, obviously, we all know this is our last season in the ASC. TLU's not going with us, I don't think, to the new conference.
Think so.
So that will be, at least, for the foreseeable future, the last time we play them in conference. So with it being homecoming, with all the festivities happening that week, and then being a rivalry game, I can imagine this Birkelbach field will be packed out.
Gilpin rolling to his right, side on fling, complete to the near side out to the 30, out to the 34-yard line. That's going to be good for about an 8-yard pickup. And bring up a second down and 1. Dugan Sexton on the reception. Yeah, both the Austin College and TLU were with the Pirates in the SCAC when football started up. And both transferred into the ASC. And is Austin College, they're not moving either, are they? I don't think they are.
No, Austin College. So they're a new implant into the ASC. They, this is their first year, I want to say.
Oh, that sounds right.
I don't know what conference they were in prior, but they replaced Louisiana College, who left.
Right.
And they're in one of those Louisiana divisions now.
Gilpin rolling to his right. Pump fake, sidearm. Now dumps it off and incomplete to JoJo Wilson. Just tried to shot put that one in there, but it falls incomplete, sets up a 3rd down and 1. I want to say Austin College followed Trinity wherever Trinity went when the SCAC disbanded.
And that's where we're going next year, is with Trinity in that conference. So that'll be good to rekindle that rivalry.
That was always a good rivalry.
Yeah.
Even when you guys were just starting out, you guys always played Trinity tough.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that people say our school and their school are so much alike in terms of academics. So, we're like, okay, well, we'll separate ourselves athletically. And that's usually the best way we can do it. So it's always one of those things, especially with recruiting, like getting the best athletes and the smartest athletes. It's always us and them. So it'll be good to get them back in the conference so we can, battle it out in the field.
Oh, great second effort out there over on the far sideline on a 3rd down and 1 play. Clayton Cracy caught it. He was stacked up in the backfield short, but he kept driving and lunged towards the goal line, or the chains, and picked up the 1st down.
Yeah, and if you look back at it there, you had number 34, Cade Mickna. He made the play on Marion, but he didn't bring Marion down. He took off his shoe. You can't make a tackle like that, my man. You got to bring the whole man down if you want to make a tackle.
I thought that was Crazy. It was Marion on the reception. Okay.
Oh, it could have been Crazy.
Handoff up the middle of the 40, and going to be stacked up there for about a 5, maybe a 6-yard pickup. Good second effort again. Camacho on the carry. Chuck, you were down there. Was that Crazy or was that Marion on that reception over on the far sideline?
It was Marion.
It was Marion. All right. I thought maybe you taught Crazy those moves. 3rd down and 4. Handoff right side. Camacho puts the shoulder down and gets it out to about the 43, maybe the 44-yard line. It's going to set up a critical 3rd down and 1 as the Pirates look to sustain this drive.
And a nice kick-out block by the pulling Anderson Johnson from the left side. Did a good job of kicking out the defensive end for Hardin Simmons, and then Camacho just followed it right up in there for a positive yard gain. But like you said, big 3rd down play here. Pirates need to get this one, Merle. I'm tired of them not getting 1st down. We're going to get this 1st down. I feel it right here.
3rd down and 1 from the 44-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 to the near side. Gilpin. Handoff, they'll pick up the 1st down and more across the 50 down to the 47-yard line. So for the Pirates, once again, Noah Camacho's come in and given this running game a little bit of a spark.
And if you go back to that play previously, you saw the Hardin Simmons defensive line say switch, switch, switch. They switched and moved to the right side of the offensive line of Southwestern. I guess they were kind of favoring the strong side because Joey Robinson was over there, but Noah Camacho did a good job of just finding the hole on the weak side. He only had one guy over the beat, so it was really easy for him to sneak through, get the 1st down.
I think it's the first time we've been into their territory at the 47-yard line. Gilpin to Camacho, left side, and dragging tackles with him down to about the 46-yard line. A gain of a yard, a little pushing and shoving after the play, but no flags thrown.
And this is the unit that Southwestern needs to wake up. It's this offensive line.
Yeah.
We've seen it here. Josh Taylor with the pancake right there. We saw Brian Gutierrez pull around. Ty Reiner on the previous play said, let's keep running the ball. You see him with that feed-seek movement like what we saw last week. So if they can get going offensively on the ground, rely on this offensive line to move the Hardin Simmons defensive line forward, it could be a much better game, a much closer game here for the rest of this contest.
2nd down and 9 from the 46-yard line. Gilpin rolling to his right, being pursued. Flings it to Powell, and a little bit too much mustard on it. That's actually Camacho out of the backfield. 24, not 84. Led him a little bit too much, and sets up a 3rd down and 9 from the 46-yard line.
If it was Powell, I think that pass would have been caught because Powell has a lot more room to move in terms of how much his range is. That's not to say Noah Camacho can't catch a ball. That's more so saying Ethan Powell has about a foot on him in terms of height and wingspan.
Wingspan, yep. 3rd down and 9 from the 46-yard line. One receiver left, trips here to the near side. Empty backside for Gilpin. Dropping back, looking. Now he's got some running on the right side. He's going to fire over to the right side and intercepted. Threw it behind Joey Robinson. And right there to pick it up was Matt Mitchell. I think Mitchell had the fumble recovery a moment ago. Now he's got an interception. And a decent drive for the Pirates. Flames out here with 9:07 to go in the first half.
You know, something we talked about before the game, Earl, taking care of the football is going to be a big thing for them, for the Pirates offense here early, not able to do so. And if you look back at that play, Landry kind of just flicked the ball out there. He does a good job of, like, kind of maneuvering and changing his arm positions when he's throwing, but right there just didn't put enough juice on the ball when he flicked it, and it was able to be picked off by Hardin Simmons.
And off right tackle, and good second effort. Gets it all the way out to the 40-yard line, 39-yard line. Pirates had him stacked up at about the line of scrimmage. But the Cowboy running back kept the legs churning and picked up 7 yards on the play. Second down and 2 from the 39. Colton Marshall with the previous carry stays in the game, lined up in the backfield. One receiver right, 2 to the near side. Handoff Marshall again, out across the 40, breaking tackles to the 45. Still dragging Pirates with him all the way down to the Pirate 46-yard line.
And that was another counter play right there again, Merle. The offensive line for Hardin Simmons is doing a great job of moving all the defenders away on the D-line. And we're in a 4-man set now. We're using a 3-man, so even with that, they're doing a good job.
Swung out here to the near side, complete, cutting it back up to the inside of the 40 and down to the 37-yard line. On the reception, Jalen Crawford. Those 2 running backs for the Cowboys, Colton Marshall, Miles Featherston combined, 113, 631 yards, 5.6 yards per catch, and 12 touchdowns. So they're a pretty good 1-2 combo for Hardin Simmons. Second down and 1 now from the Pirate 37. Handoff, right tackle, going to have the first down. And jumping on his back and riding him down to the turf was Alex Gomez. It'll be a first down, and now we got another pushing and shoving and flags on the play.
So Marshall's helmet came off, and that was the backside ref over there. I'm not sure, maybe if Southwestern ripped it off, like with the face mask potentially. You never really know. We didn't really have a good line of sight into it.
Yep, you caught it. Face mask, so.
Automatic. First down.
Everything going the Cowboys' way right now.
Helmet came off due to the penalty.
And they are in the red zone again with 7:24 to go. Glenn going to keep it himself, off right tackle, cutting it back up. And going to be flung down at about the 10-yard line. Good job over there by Elijah Norris. Got him around the waist and wouldn't let go until the cavalry arrived. Still a 5-yard pickup, second down and 5 from the 10.
And I'm going to sound like a broken record here, but another counter play there, this time a misdirection. You had Glenn fake the handoff to Marshall in the backfield, so you had the defense flowing to the left side, but Glenn just had to follow his left tackle and left guard around the right side, following the counter blocks.
Second and 5 from the 10. Clock continues to roll here inside of 7 minutes to go first half. Glenn, handoff up the middle, and this time stacked up and no gain. Nice play there by Alec Gomez. Got a hold of Colton Marshall around the ankles and wouldn't let go, and it sets up a third down play.
And I feel like we see this every week, Merle. Southwestern defense backed up in the red zone. They somehow find a way to make a stop. Hopefully that's the case here.
Yep.
It'd be great to get the ball back to their offense after the turnover on the previous drive.
One receiver right, two to the near side, and a 3rd and 5 from the 10. Glenn in the shotgun with Marshall to his left. Dropping back, pressure coming from the edge, firing over the knees, left side, incomplete. Try to get it to Jalen Crawford. Good coverage there for the Pirates by Andre Gibson, and that'll set up a 4th down on the field goal unit. That will count as a win for the Pirate defense.
Most definitely a win and a lucky break at that, because Crawford on that slant move to the inside he had cover, like he had it. All the Glenn had to do was put the ball right there in his basket, and he would have had a touchdown easy. Luckily enough for the Pirates, it's a bad throw, and Hardin Simmons will have to settle for a field goal here.
This is going to be a 27-yarder from the far hash with the wind at his back. He's missed one and had an extra point blocked thus far. Good snap and hold. Kick is up. And he missed it. So the Pirate defense not only holds him to a field goal, they get a complete stop. And I saw Patrick Nichols come in. I don't know if he got a fingertip on it or just disrupted the concentration, but whatever it was, it worked, and the Pirates would get the football back. Still down 33-0, but a bit of a moral victory there for Southwestern.
Most definitely. That's a win in our book. And you never know, because like with the block kick on the previous field goal, something like that can get in a kicker's head.
Yep.
That's 2 misses in a row now for the Hardin Simmons kicker. So you never really know. It could affect it and affect him for the rest of the game.
So we'll see if Southwestern can do something with it here with 5:54 to go in the first half. Pirates will get the ball to start the second half. And I think we've got a quarterback change here for Southwestern. It looks like, yeah, Damian Gomez is going to come in and take over.
And if he plays anything like what we saw last week against Howard Payne in those last few drives, there could be some exciting offense here.
There you go. JoJo Wilson out to the 30, out to the 31-yard line. Give him the 33, a 13-yard pickup right out of the gate, first down. Yeah, he came in and did well.
Yeah, that's something that we haven't seen right here in this game yet. A first down on the first play of the drive. So Gomez already making a big impact. But like you said, Merle, he did play really well last week. I don't think he ended up getting a touchdown, but he drove down the field before a turnover on downs costed the Pirates that drive against Howard Payne.
First down to the 33. Handoff. Right side, out across the 35, and breaking a tackle. Digging for more. Camacho out to the 39-yard line. 6-yard pickup, 2nd and 4.
And Camacho was another guy that we didn't get to say a lot in this whole season before last week. It was more so like out of circumstance with all the running backs that were hurt. And I think here today, you know, talking to some of the players before the game, there were a lot of running backs hurt. I didn't get their name, but I know they were getting to talk to recruits because they were hurt. They weren't getting ready for the game. So Camacho may see more of a load here in this matchup.
2nd down and 4 from the 39-yard line. Two receivers wide left, one to the near side. Camacho again, nice hole right side, but it closed quickly. Good open field tackle. Coming in backside was Corbin Keitel. Maybe a yard pickup will set up a 3rd and 3. Yeah, we haven't seen Tasegui. We haven't seen Sam LeBlue in the ball game at all today. It's been Marion and then Camacho.
And going back to that play right there was a blitzing linebacker on the outside for Hardin Simmons, number 13, Trey Allen. And I got to say this, Brian Gutierrez pulled around, and I watched it the whole way. I think he knocked out Allen's shoulder. Allen's over there on the sidelines in pain. Shout out Brian Gutierrez. Oh, my goodness. I wouldn't want to take a block from him.
3rd and 3 from just shy of the 40-yard line. Gomez rolling to his right. Firing over to the right side. Caught. That's going to be good for a first down. Ethan Powell out to the 49-yard line. First down, Pirates.
And a good throw there by Gomez. He threw it way up where only Powell could get it. He used Powell's height to his advantage right there. He knew the big wide receiver was going to pull that down. And a good little drive here for the Pirates so far, Merle.
Strung together a couple of first downs, moving the football. 3:50 to go first half, 3 timeouts remaining. There are no 33-point plays in football.
Unfortunately for us. We tried to put it on the petition last year.
It didn't work.
It didn't work.
Empty back set for Gomez. 3 receivers left, 2 right. Stepping in, flying over the left side, caught at the 45-yard line, climbing the ladder, making the catch. I'm not sure if it was meant for him, but Mitchell Garrett hauled it in. That'll be good for 6 yards, 2nd and 4.
Yeah, I don't think it was meant for him, but Garrett did a good job right there just to go find the football. You know, even if you don't think it's going to you, if you're a wide receiver and you see it near you, you want to go catch that ball. Those are the best receivers right there that show that you are never going to let any ball go to the ground. You're never going to let any ball go incomplete. You're going to go after every single ball that's near you in your vicinity.
2nd and 4 from the 45-yard line. 2 receivers left, trips here to the near side. And a timeout on the field. 3:03 to go. Pirates putting together a nice drive, trying to get some points on the board here before the end of the first half. Merle Bertrand, TJ Vela, Josh Blanche, our producer, Chuck Tracy down at the sidelines, Colton Hoff, and Harley Hudson, our camera operators. Skylar Gillespie, our QA, keeping an eye and an ear on everything, making sure that we're sounding as good as we possibly can. Don't forget the email still open, Southwestern FB, short for football, southwesternfb@gmail.com.
No emails yet?
No emails yet.
That's
I'm kind of
surprising.
bummed. Everybody's here.
You got fans, Merle.
We do.
Oh, I think it's you. not us, it's just you. Voice of the Pirates, voice of Vandergrift. Can't beat it.
Gets me out of the house. Much to my wife's pleasure sometimes. 2nd down and 4 from the 45-yard line. Trips here to the near side. Empty back for Gomez. He's going to run it. Gets a block and hit hard from behind. Will depend on the spot. They're going to give him the 41-yard line. That looks like it might be enough for a first down. It will be. You know what I haven't seen all season long? And we're in week number 7 of college football, week number 8 of high school football. I've yet to see a measurement.
Really? Wow.
All season.
You know, with the ref shortage, and they could just be getting lazy out there.
Could be, yeah.
Who knows? I think they just saw Gomez take a big hit there. They said, "Yeah, let's give the guy the first down here."
Trips wide left, empty back set again. Gomez, great protection. Now rolling to his right. He's going to tuck it under and roll to the 35. Steps to the tackle and out of bounds at about the 32. Just kind of gliding along there, TJ, to pick up 6 yards.
Yeah, he has a great stride out there. He's just getting these yards, avoiding the diving hands of the Hardin Simmons defenders, and something that's been really good so far, positive plays on first down. They've done it every single first down play here so far on this drive. Hopefully we can keep that going. 2nd and 1, like we saw Hardin Simmons do. Maybe we take a shot here at the end zone.
Yeah, it was actually a 9-yard pickup. The judge here on the near side right there on the spot. So 2nd down and 1 from the 32. I like the way you're thinking. Let's see if they take a shot here. Empty back set.
Got JoJo Wilson man coverage.
And dumped it off underneath to Powell. And it's going to depend on the caught it at about the 30-yard line, but maybe gave up some ground trying to turn the corner. Looks like it's going to be stacked up for no gain.
I think that was Joey Robinson coming.
Joey Robinson. That's what I meant.
Tight end position.
What did I say? That's who I meant.
Said Powell.
Oh, jeez.
And I was saying before the play start, JoJo Wilson had man coverage down here, and he was able to get separation on his man. He had him beat. Gomez just didn't look down over here near his sideline. He would have had a touchdown if he would have just peeked over here.
So 3rd and 1, no gain in the play. 3rd and 1 from the 32. Gomez, I thought so. He's going to keep it himself. Looking for running on the right side. He's going to be stacked up and dropped for a loss. That play just took too long to develop, and Cade Michigan there to stack him up. Southwestern going to call a timeout here on a 4th down and about 3 to go. That's one of those where you don't want to think you got to go. I think he just waited a little bit too long.
Yeah, his blocker just took a little too long to pull right there. And you kind of wonder if the Pirates' offense was better suited just to run a straight zone play right there. Let them their offensive line go big on big and just open up the holes that way instead of having to rely on a lineman pulling around, taking the time. Because they're tired too. It's been a long drive, so you never know how long it's going to take for a lineman to get around on that one. But nonetheless here, 4th and 3. Obviously, it's 4-down territory for the Pirates. So we'll see here what kind of play Coach Mask and Coach Austin want to run here late in the 2nd quarter.
Southwestern will get the ball to start the second half. Would love to get some points and a little momentum heading into the locker room. Try to regroup a little bit. Nice crowd on hand and a warm day in Georgetown. Yeah, this place will be a little fuller next a couple weeks from now, though, I think, with homecoming.
Got a lot of events happening that week. Got the Jameson 5K in the morning. I think I'm going to do that. Then you have a couple ceremonies that are happening during the game itself. So it's going to be a busy weekend, a packed house, I think.
Now Hardin Simmons is going to call a timeout. They saw what the Pirates come out with, and they want to talk it over.
I think with the Pirates offense, though, you're not getting much from just seeing the formation come out there.
Right.
Typically for us, we can run a lot of different plays and a lot of different formations, and they're all very, straightforward. So I think maybe letting them set up a little longer and seeing if there was going to be any motion, then call timeout would have been better suited for Hardin Simmons there and Coach Burleson.
Coming in today, Howard Payne and Mary Hardin Baylor at 5-0 atop the conference. Hardin Simmons at 3-1, followed by Sul Ross State at 2-2, ETBU at 2-3, the Pirates at 1-3, along with TLU, and McMurray at 1-4, and Austin College 0-4. Heading into today's play, Howard Payne with the bye. Everybody else in action.
Who did TLU beat? Does that say?
They lost to UMHB 45-16 last week, which was actually pretty close.
Yeah.
By UMHB. Now the Pirates are going to call a timeout. They give me a chance to look. I'm trying to remember. I think it was in the first week of the season. It may have been like Austin College or something.
Gotcha. Okay. We're getting a little game within a game here, Merle.
Yeah.
With timeout Southwestern, then timeout Hardin Simmons, and now timeout again Southwestern. There's always been a lot of animosity between Coach Austin and Coach Burleson. So no love lost here in this matchup, in their last matchup for the foreseeable future.
And if you're wondering, if you're with us on the show on Monday night, why Hardin Simmons is taking this so, they're up 33-0. Not only do they want to keep the shutout on the board, they're playing for style points.
Yeah.
They're probably going to finish number 2 in the conference. They're hoping for one of the few at-large bids in the NCAA Division III playoffs. So they want to run up the score and make the scores look as impressive as they can against their opponents.
Yeah, and for them, they've always used to play UMHB in the later part of the season, so they never really had to deal with a loss in their schedule or in the records, early on. But now that they already played them, they know that they'll have to get these points and have to make all of this count. So like you're saying, Merle, style points are huge for them.
So here we go, 4th down and a long 2. Pass caught over the middle. Good for the first down after all the way down to the 20-yard line. Just a slant pattern to JoJo Wilson. And the Pirates have it first down. Out of timeouts, but they've got it first down at the 20.
And Matt Mitchell, the linebacker for Hardin Simmons, was blitzing in right there. He was the linebacker that would have had that zone play right there. So Hardin Simmons relying on man coverage. JoJo Wilson able to beat it, get the first down right where Matt Mitchell would have been.
Now this in Powell in motion from right to left. And under a minute to go. 2 receivers left, one to the near side. Dropping back Gomez. Pattern over the right side, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Try to get it to JoJo Wilson. Would have been good for about 5 yards. Brock Munoz there on the coverage. Stops the clock with 39 ticks, 2nd down and 10 from the 20.
Oh, no, clock's still running, and everyone's realizing it.
Yeah, they got to fix that.
And everyone's looking up at us like we're the ones controlling the clock, Merle. Nope, we're just talking to the people at home. That's all we're doing.
I've had that happen. I've done a game before, and somebody yelled at me for pronouncing a name wrong. It's like, I'm not the PA. Don't look at me. Go down there.
People just think everyone in the press box does the same job.
Exactly, yeah.
If that's the case, I'm going to go be the president of Southwestern because I think they're a couple rooms over to our right.
So they put 49 seconds on the clock, which makes more sense. 2nd down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Trips wide left, one to the near side. Gomez dropping back, looking left. Great protection again. Now rolling to his right. Helmet comes off. He's going to go down. His helmet comes off. It's going to be a sack. And the helmet's coming off. It's a bit of a break because the Pirates are out of timeouts, and they've had to stop the clock here. His helmet came off. Anderson Johnson's helmet came off.
And usually if a lineman's helmet comes off, that's because of hands to the face.
Yeah. The Pirates did have one timeout remaining. Okay, I thought they had burned it up, but this is their 3rd and final timeout.
And Anderson Johnson losing his helmet is what kind of allowed Hardin Simmons to make that play, because the guy that Anderson Johnson was blocking knocked his helmet off, or knocked Johnson's helmet off, and he was able to get around Johnson because of that and get to Gomez, which kind of caused the sack there, unfortunately. But the timeout here is going to allow Gomez to go back in as well as Johnson. They won't have to sit out of play, so that'll be good for the Pirates. So they got to take advantage of this. Now they have no timeouts for sure. And a log second down play here to work with.
Yeah, 2nd and 21 from the 31-yard line.
And if you're Hardin Simmons, you're keying on 2 guys, JoJo Wilson, Ethan Powell. You know those are the 2 guys you cannot let beat you here on a deep ball.
Trips wide left, one to the near side. Gomez dropping back. Looking, under pressure, stepping up, firing over to the center of the field. Incomplete. Boy, had him open at about the 17-yard line. That'll set up a 4th down. Try to get it to JoJo Wilson. He was on the outside kind of curling in. Still good section? Oh, 3rd down, sorry. You can just say it.
Oh, I didn't want to
You're trying to be polite.
I didn't want to correct you like that, bro. I think it's 3rd down.
So stop the clock with 38 seconds to go. 3rd down and about 21 to go. Ball spotted at the 31-yard line. A good drive, but it's in danger of stalling out here. Trips wide left, one to the near side. Dropping back, Gomez. Dump it off underneath, complete to the 28. And this is Camacho down to the 25. Trying to get out of bounds. Can't do so. The clock will continue to roll. The Pirates are going to have to hustle here. 4th down coming up. 25 seconds.
I think they're settling for a field goal.
A field goal, yeah. It's going to be... It'll be a 42-yarder into the wind.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one into the wind.
From the near hash. I know that Fournier's got the leg. Three seconds. Got to snap it. 2. Good snap and hold. Kick is up. Get there. Is going to be pushed left. He had the leg, but you could see the wind just pushing it to the left. And that's how the first half is going to come to an end. 33-0, Hardin Simmons. If you're looking for bright spots, TJ, after a half like that, those 33 points came in about the first 20 minutes of the game. The final 10, it seems like the Pirates kind of caught their sea legs a little bit.
Yeah, right now the story of the game is penalties, turnovers. Those are the things killing the Pirates right now. But like you said, Merle, it was a big first quarter for Hardin Simmons. And if the Pirates can just curve all the negative things like penalties and turnovers, obviously this game's going to be a lot closer because they didn't let Hardin Simmons score hardly that much in the second quarter.
Standing by to see if Chuck is going to grab Coach or if Coach has already made the
Coach, I missed Coach Merle, but pretty tough half for the Pirates, especially on offense. Right spot with Damian Gomez coming into the game there on that last drive. They were able to move the ball. The defense has played well, considering the position they found themselves in on numerous drives.
Yeah, what was the mood of the sidelines like when Gomez came in? Because it really seemed to kind of give them a spark. Not that Gilpin is playing all that badly, but sometimes it's just a different look, right?
Yeah, it is, and it's a different style. Gomez is much less likely to find himself outside of the pocket, running and throwing on the run. He sets his speed a little better. It's just a different style, and maybe it's more appropriate for the Hardin Simmons Cowboy defense,
right,
from a Southwestern perspective.
Yeah, last question for you. Noah Camacho coming in. TJ and talking. We haven't called his name a whole heck of a lot. Pirates a little banged up at running back, but Camacho's come in and had a nice half of football for Southwestern.
He's been a real spark here on the sideline, and you can see when he comes off the field after those carries, he's getting a lot of love from his teammates.
Well, good deal. Thank you, Chuck, and we will talk to you in the second half. So 33-0 your score here at the half. Before we go to break, we got a couple of emails. I love getting emails from this. I might forward this to Coach Austin. From Fran Patterson, says, I'm an HSU football fan watching the game from Fort Worth. Just wanted to say thank you for your excellent game production. The camera work and commentators are wonderful. Appreciate your school and your attention to detail. Go Cowboys. Thank you, Fran. Very, very much appreciate that.
That'll get our contract renewed.
There you go. And this is from P.H. Morrow. Says, Grandma and Mom watching Ben Lancaster from California. So proud of you. Good punter for the Pirates, and so far, TJ, he's bounced back from a rough week last week.
Yeah, last week we just did not see the best from Ben Lancaster, but this week we've seen some really good things. I think he shot his average up at least 10 yards off of some of the punts we've seen. So he's done a really good job today overall.
So, again, thank you very much for the emails at southwesternfb@gmail.com. And got one more here before we step aside. Jalen Levine's family says, from your Houston family, go be great. Thank you very much, from C.D. Levine on the email. Haven't called his name today. I'm kind of surprised.
No, not yet, but I think he'll have a big second half, hopefully. He's got that Houston in him. I think Houston's going to have a lot of great things happen today. Malik McDonald, we have Jalen Levine, and then we have the Astros here in 2 hours, Merle. Astros against the Yankees. Come on.
As a Cubs fan, baseball season ended for me about the 4th of July.
Now, I would say you've been out of baseball season then for at least since 2016.
I saw this great thing on Facebook. I may have mentioned it last week. I'm not sure. I think I did when we were wrapping up, but it was on Facebook. And, of course, Murphy's Bar right across the street from Wrigley Field. Cubs fans and Cardinals fans hate each other. And the sign on the bar said, so the Cardinals play 2 more games than the Cubs. Big whoop. I thought that was classic. Anyway, we are at halftime, 33-0 to score. We're going to step aside, and we'll turn it over to the halftime entertainment here down on the field. We'll get the stats and get you ready for half number 2. Southwestern Pirates football on the Vype Live Network.
Vlog number one. Well, first off, thank you for being here.
Jordan Battles reach over to the fingers.
Crosby's second state championship appearance.
Baytown, Texas with a 51st top. How does that sound?
Man, that would be tough. Come look at this. I normally have it turned off, but
it's a little, that'd be good like when you're trying to do a, like where the ball spotted at or something.
well, but like if you're talking about the quarterback and he's standing there.
Yeah.
I want to see what that looks like on the. Just give me a single player.
What's this? Yeah, when you're zoomed in that far.
Kind of funny, that's why it's tough. You might be surprised when you go to the gym and you go using the top. Never use it. Yeah. But on this particular camera, it's not there.
And we welcome you back to Birkelbach Field inside GISD Athletic Complex. Merle Bertrand here along with TJ Vela, Josh Blanchard, producer, Chuck Tracy down to the sidelines, Colton Hoff and Harley Hudson, our camera operator, Skylar Gibson, Gilprin back at Gilprin. That's right the first time. Gillespie back at the comfy, cozy Vype Live Studios, keeping an eye on it in the broadcast. 33-0. And TJ, we're kind of looking at the stats. Not pretty. 13 first downs to 6. Total offense, 249 to 78. And of that 78, about 48 of it was in the final drive of the first half. Net yards passing, 165 to 78. Net yards rushing, 84 to none. 0 yards rushing. Now, a lot of that is the sacks taken away from positive yards, but still, just a rough first half for the Southwestern Pirates.
Rough first half is the way to put it, Merle. And if you're going to look at it and spin it in a positive light, you know what you said there, most of those yards came on that last drive. Hopefully here, Pirates get the ball. They have that momentum from that last drive. Damian Gomez will likely go back in and play quarterback, and we saw a lot of great things from him on that last drive. So hopefully they can just keep that going and treat this game like it's 0-0 right now and just play as hard as you can for as long as you can.
Hardin Simmons scoring with 13:09 to go first quarter, and a Kevy Evans 29-yard pass from Galen Glenn. Scored again with 6:12 to go in the first quarter. Featherston a 6-yard run. Scored with 6 seconds to go in the quarter on a Kai Brinkenhoff 41-yard pass from Glenn. scored to start the second quarter on a 74-yard pass. First play, one play, 74-yard drive from Glenn to Kerry Evans, and then an 8-yard pass from Glenn. It says here 8 yards. Oh, that was the fumble recovery that scored.
Yep.
Now, that came at 12:46 to go in the second quarter. Nobody scored since. So for the bulk of the entire second quarter, it was a 0-0 ball game. That's what the Pirates have to build off of.
No, most definitely, Merle. And I think one of the things is there was a lot of opportunities for us to score and get down the field. Just turnovers killed us, penalties killed us. So fixing that, like we were saying in the last half, and just making it more manageable, and from that perspective, will do wonders for the Pirates here in the second half, we hope.
Yeah, you got the right philosophy. Just pretend that it's 0-0 and go to work and see what you can do. Pirates will get the football going from left to right into the teeth of a gale force wind to start the second half. Wilson and Elijah Norris back to receive the kick. And the ball's in the air. We are underway in quarter number 3. And no surprise there, into and out of the end zone. So first down and 10 Pirates from the 25. Other games today in the ASC, all 1 o'clock starts. In addition, our game, ETBU hosting Austin College. That game up in Marshall. Mary Hardin Baylor against Sul Ross State. And McMurray against TLU. Those are the 3 other contests today in the ASC. Howard Payne has the bye this week. So here we go. One receiver to the left, to the near side. First down Southwestern at the 25-yard line. Gomez is going to be sacked right out of the gate. Wow. Took about a 3-step drop, and coming in to introduce himself was Matt Mitchell. He's had a huge game thus far for the Cowboys.
And Matt Mitchell doing what we saw a lot with the Pirates defense in the first half was delayed blitz right there. Mitchell wasn't showing blitz the whole way, so the offensive line wasn't communicating on that. And right there we can see there was a break in the offensive line. I think that was the zone side, or the man side, excuse me, where the right guard and the right tackle kind of make sure that they have the 2 on that side, so the running back should have picked him up. But since it was a delayed blitz, the running back had already taken off. And there was no one there for Gomez, unfortunately.
So a loss of 8, second and 18. Gomez rolling right, now looking left. Now the pocket breaks down, fires over to the left side, and complete up the far sideline out to the 20 to salvage about 3 yards out of the play. That'll make it a 3rd down and 15. I think it was Garrett Wright hauling that one in. Mitchell Garrett. Had the Garrett part right.
Yeah, I was like, I haven't heard that guy before, but I'm pretty sure it's just a new, maybe a new freshman that's in for because of an injury. Kind of like Nick Camacho that's getting a lot of playing time right now because of some injuries. And he's doing a great job, throughout this whole game too.
So 3rd down and 15 now from the 20-yard line. First drive of the second half. One receiver wide left, trips here to the near side. Empty back set for Damian Gomez. On in relief with Andrew Gilpin. Gomez dropping back. Dumps it off over the center of the field and trying to get to Joey Robinson. Had him open at about the 30-yard line with some running room, but just kind of overshot him, and it's a quick 3 and out here for the Pirate offense. That's unfortunate. He was open.
He was open. I think Gomez kind of had a little PTSD from that first sack because the pocket wasn't breaking down necessarily. Yes, there was a little bit of pressure, but the O-line was holding strong. All Gomez would have had to do was just step up a little bit, and he wouldn't have had to make such an errant throw there. But now 3 and out here on the first drive of the second half. Not how the Pirates wanted to start here.
Lancaster set to punt this one away. He'll hit it from about the 10-yard line into the teeth of the wind. Pressure coming, and they almost got to it. But a pretty good punt, all things considered. It's going to roll across the 50 yards, hit the 50-yard line, then took a left turn. So it's going to wind up being about a 29-yard punt and no return. But nice job by Lancaster just getting that one out of there because somebody was coming in fast.
Yeah, I think that was Trevor Higginbotham, number 18. I don't know how that went through him. I guess he's got a hole in his body because he looked like he was right on the foot of Lancaster. Fortuitously enough for the Pirates. They weren't able to block because that would have surely been a touchdown, I think.
But the Pirate defense with the short field at the back again as Hardin Simmons starts this drive at the Pirate 49-yard line. Dropping back, Glenn. Good protection. Now the pocket starts to break down. He's going to go down. Jason Lund coming in from the backside. Got him on the way by. That'll be a sack for a loss of a yard, 2nd and 11.
And how many times have we seen Lund do that? Not just today, but just for the whole season, too. He rushes upfield, but doesn't go too far up to where he can't run back and make a play on the ball just like that. So he runs up, kind of plants his foot in the ground, waits for the quarterback to see what he's going to do, and then once he sees him taking off, he sprints after and dives for the legs. And as we saw right there, a tackle for a loss.
Second down 11, back at the 50-yard stripe. Handoff, left side, and not much running room there. Ran right into the waiting arms of Peyton Vaughn. Maybe a yard pickup back to the original line of scrimmage before Vaughn knocked him down with a little help from Morian Williams-Jack.
Number 10, Miles Spencer.
Involved in that play as well. Going to bring up a third down and 10 and a chance to get off the field.
And one sub that just went in the game is number 11, Peyton Ludeman. We haven't seen him a lot all year because of injury. And hopefully here the senior can make an impact for his team on this big third down play.
See some of his family sitting down below us here with a heightened interest in the game all of a sudden. One receiver wide right, two to the near side. Play action, dropping back Glenn, looking, pocket breaks down, rolling to his left, got some running room to the 45, and going to be stacked up about 3 yards shy of the first down. Alec Gomez got to him just in the nick of time and sets up a 4th and 4. Let's see if they go for it here. Their whole MO is to try to run up the score right now on people, and the offense is going to stay on the field.
Yeah, I think they trust their defense enough to where
Right.
if Southwestern has the ball here that they'll eventually get the ball back. And with it being about 4th and 4, 4th and 5, they may go try and do a hard count here.
That's true, too. Got to stay disciplined. Could also pooch punt it. There's nobody back. Nope, Glenn get a drop back. Looking. Pocket breaks down, giving ground all the way back to the 45-yard line, looking to the right side, and he's going to step out of bounds, and the Pirate defense holds. Great coverage downfield, good pressure. Gomez there, who'll get credit with the sack, and it's a turnover on down for the Pirate defense.
There are so many intangibles that make a great defensive player, especially a linebacker. Alec Gomez right there showing one of them, the ability to run after the ball and track the quarterback down, even while being in coverage. He's done a great job all year of that, and right there pays dividends for the Pirates. They're able to force a 3 and out, a big 4th down play for the Pirates, and now they'll have great field position here to start.
Yes, they do. First down at the 46-yard line, moving from left to right. 11-17 to go third quarter. 33-0. One receiver wide left, two to the near side. Gomez, handoff, Camacho up the middle and falls forward for about 4 yards on the carry. Or are they only going to give him 2? They'll give him 3, split the difference at the 49, gain of 3, but it didn't look like they were going to get anything.
Yeah, Camacho just fought for some extra yards there, like you said, Merle. I thought he got stopped at the line of scrimmage, but he was able to, I guess, squeak through just a little bit and find 3 yards.
Camacho 7 carries for 24 yards in the first half. Second down and 7 from the 49-yard line. Going to get another try, giving ground as a defense in the backfield somehow scored it free and got across the 50 down to the 49-yard line. They had him stacked up for about a 6-yard loss, and he picked up 2.
Yeah, Hardin Simmons bet on a run to the left right there. They had a slant going to their right side, which would be the Pirates' left, and they bet right. They had everything planned out, schemed out perfectly. They just couldn't make the tackle, and Camacho was able to get a few extra yards there and give his team a 3rd and 5 here.
You've got to be in 4-down territory here. You've got nothing to gain by punting, so probably 2 plays to pick up 5 yards. 3rd and 5 from the 49. Empty back set. Go ahead.
Simmons bringing the house, it looks like.
Yeah, they got about 7 guys up front. Here they come. Now they drop out of it, but somebody gets to him, and it's going to be intercepted. To the 50, far sideline of the 40. 35-30, and it's going to be a pick 6. As taken to the house will be Terrell Franklin. Show blitz. Everybody came but one guy who dropped back into coverage, and it may have been Franklin dropping back, and he had the interception.
They were showing 7. They brought 6. They had the one guy drop back, and with an empty backfield set, there was no one to pick up that 6th guy who was the guy that got to Gomez. Gomez, he hasn't really played a lot this year like we've been mentioning, Merle. Maybe a more experienced quarterback would have just took the sack right there instead of trying to make a play happen. He kind of just threw it up. There was a receiver in the area, but Hardin Simmons was able to make the play on that, and really there was only linemen there to make a tackle, and usually more often than not you're not tackling a linebacker if you're a lineman.
And Grayson Bearden drills it through, so 9:46 to go in the third quarter. And the new score now 40-0 in favor of the visitors from Abilene. I want to thank some more of our sponsors of Southwestern Pirates football here on Vype Live. including First American Title, The Golden Rule, Mesquite Creek Outfitters, Groove Lion Productions, HEB, House of Games, John F. Lewis CPA, Mighty Fine Burgers, Fries, and Shakes, Minuteman Press and Waterboy Graphics, Primerica Financial Solutions, Ross and Champion, Rudy's, Schlotsky's of Georgetown, Bricks and Neal at the Sheraton, Stephanie Featherstone with State Farm, Upstream Investment Partners, and Zan's Hands. 7th overall meeting between these two ball clubs. Cowboys have taken each of the 6 previous matchups. We talked about on the show Monday night. The Pirates played them pretty close from 2016 to 2018, but the Cowboys have absolutely dominated the last 2 meetings, including last year 69-7 up in Abilene, and we're kind of getting up into that territory again here.
Yeah, we really are. And hopefully we don't see that, but you never know.
Well, the Pirates can't pancake. I mean, they played over a quarter of scoreless football.
We had the missed field goal. So
Yep.
That should have put points on the board. I think we just need to get at least within the red zone. We'll be fine. But right now, that's seeming like a tall task too.
Yeah, it does. As the kickoff is going to sail into and out of the end zone. And the Southwestern offense will go back to work here with 9:46 to go in the third quarter.
And if you're Gomez coming out right now, shake that one off. Forget about it. It was a tough play to make, tough play to go through. You've shown a lot of great things in the past 2 drives you've been in there. Just stick to that, and it's all going to be okay.
Powell and Wilson will split out wide left, one here to the near side. And handoff right side, Camacho. Hard running out to about the 27-yard line. Gain of about 3 yards on the play. Bring up a 2nd down and 7. I like that they're sticking with the running game. Forget about the scoreboard and go to work on stuff that you need to work on for these final 3 games, because all 3 of those games coming up are winnable football games.
100%. They're all big football games coming up. And the thing is, too, like, you have this offensive line who averages about 300 plus with each of them. So, giving them the work and showing them that, we're going to continue running behind y'all. Just never give up. Just keep showing us that y'all are going to keep playing hard, and we'll continue relying on y'all throughout the year.
Camacho again taking a lot of punishment. Gets out to the 30-yard line after the 3-yard pickups. 3rd down and 5.
91, Corbin Keitel.
On the stop for Hardin Simmons was Corbin Keitel. 3rd down and 5 coming up from the 30-yard line. Three receivers wide left now as Dugan Sexton joins the lineup. Empty back set once again for Gomez. They're showing blitz again from the center, and they came across the line. Got the Pirates to flinch.
Penalty marker down. False start. Numbers 24 and 81 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
So
it wasn't even a lineman, Merle.
I know.
Like, it wasn't even where they were showing the blitz. It was Noah Camacho, number 24, and number 81, Mitchell Garrett. Those are the ones that make offensive coordinators go crazy.
Yeah.
When it wasn't even the offensive lineman that moved, that were his receivers who are supposed to be watching the ball anyway. Those are tough ones, especially now, like you were going to say, it's 3rd and 10.
Ball back at the 25-yard line where this drive started. 8:28 clock rolling here, 3rd quarter. Trips left, one here to the near side. Gomez stays in the empty back set. And he's going to run it out to the 25 to the 30. Pretty good head of steam. Digging for more, and he dives across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Much to the appreciation of the Southwestern crowd. That was just a gutsy run there by Gomez. Damian Gomez wasn't going to be denied on that 3rd down carry.
And I think that play caught everybody off guard. A QB counter to the right. I don't think anyone expected them to run that on 3rd and 10, and let alone Hardin Simmons' defense. And a great block there by number 53, Matt Gomez. He pulled around. He was looking upfield, but he saw a corner that for Hardin Simmons that was kind of creeping in. He adjusted his angle, took the corner out, and allowed Damian to go up, make the big hit for the 1st down.
High snap, counter play up the middle. Nice hold by Camacho. Look out, 45 to the 50. Stays on his feet, 45 to the 40. Dragging a tackler down to the 31-yard line, flung out of bounds. Saving the touchdown was Trey Allen. But the biggest offensive play of the afternoon here for the Pirates. There is a flag down, however, back at the 47.
And a great run there by Camacho before we get to the flag. Camacho showing a little shiftiness.
Yeah.
He threw number 9, Devontae Nephew, aside. It's like, get out of here, Nephew. I don't want to talk to you. And it was funny because on the previous play, Nephew was the one pointing at the scoreboard,
right,
saying that, telling the Southwestern sideline, like, hey, keep scores out of reach. But then Camacho said, but you're not, and just threw him right to the sideline. I love that.
Looks like the penalty is going to be against. 2 fouls.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 56. 15-yard penalty from the end of the line. Automatic first down. Sideline warning on the Hardin Simmons sideline. That's their first warning of the game.
So the sideline warning on Hardin Simmons, that's fairly insignificant. What's big is the 15 yards tacked down at the end of that play for unsportsmanlike conduct.
And I think that had to do with something with Brian Gutierrez right there. One of his goals is to always get the defensive lineman in front of him to get at least one unsportsmanlike penalty. And I think he just succeeded in that goal right there. So Brian Gutierrez keeping that streak alive. I love it.
Hit the quota. First down at the 21-yard line. Gomez dropping back. Looking underneath, complete. And down to the 15, down to the 14-yard line. Finds a big tight end once again, Joey Robinson. Gain of 7. Pirates defense penetration here in the afternoon. They've got a second down and 3 from the 14-yard line.
Good crossing route there by Robinson. All the receivers were split out wide. They did hitch routes. And Robinson, like we said, he's just a good complement to the offense right there. He allows the quarterback just to dump the ball over top where no one else can get it. And he was able to get 7 yards right there. Put the Pirates in good field position here. First time in the red zone, too.
Yes, it is. Second down and 3 from the 14-yard line. Gomez looking right, firing over the center of the field. Caught. That's going to be a first and goal to the 6-yard line. Rolling right and a little wheel route out of the backfield to Camacho. Well done, first down.
And that's such an effective play call, Merle, especially for an offense that relies heavily on the run, especially on first down. When you see the quarterback rolling out, when you see the pulling guards like that, it's so hard to not bite on that.
Yeah.
Because then you have the throw right over top to the wheel route for the running back who was coming on the opposite side completely. So a good job there. Tough play to cover if you're Hardin Simmons.
So first and goal from the 7. Empty back set for Gomez. Looking, Pirates on the right side and intercepted at the goal line. To the 10, to the 15, to the 20. This could be a pick 6. Cuts back. And I don't think anybody's going to catch him. Gomez trying to track him down. Good hustle by Gomez. And the fumble, he shoveled it over to the left side to the 5 into the end zone. Touchdown, Howard Simmons. Hardin Simmons will get a 100-yard interception return. And now flags are down, pushing and shoving everywhere. Great hustle by Gomez coming back, about to make the tackle. The guy who intercepted it managed to lateral it to keep the play alive, and they're going to score on it.
That's kind of reminiscent, Merle, of the Ed Reed play that you see in the Miami Hurricanes highlights. That's what it looked like, a long interception, and then it was the D lineman that was one that pitched to Ed Reed, obviously, but I don't even, like, I was watching the broadcast here while it was happening. I couldn't even tell that the ball got pitched like that.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 2. 15-yard penalty will be enforced from the try. Touchdown is good.
So the score will stand. Man, that'll break your heart. A great drive. Gomez is trying to make something happen.
And it was our first time in the red zone, too.
Yeah.
And it looked like it was going to be a good play. The receiver for us just slipped a little bit, and then it seemed like there always is a defender right behind the throw, at least today. And Hardin Simmons taking advantage of it right now.
So effectively a 35-yard extra point attempt, but the penalty tacked on. And the kick is up. And he got it through anyway. So 5:55 to go, 47-0 now. Cowboys on top.
And that's their third defensive touchdown today.
That's
so
true.
If you take those off the board, it's it's not a close game by any means, but it's not what we're seeing right now on the scoreboard, 47-0.
Man, oh man.
And those are the kind of plays that just kill you, you're not your spirit, but just in general, like it's tough. It's tough. You did everything correct on that play, or on that drive, excuse me, and it just took one play for Hardin Simmons to take advantage of, and your kickoff return team's back onto the field.
And Ahmad Gomez hustling back, thought he was going to at least save the touchdown, and somehow they managed to lateral it over here to the near side and keep the play alive.
Yeah, so I thought he had actually forced a fumble.
That's what I thought. That's what I started to say.
And then, like I said, I was watching the broadcast here in front of us on the TV, Merle, and then out of nowhere I look up and I see another guy run to the end zone. I said, what's going on? Like, what did I miss?
The kickoff into and out of the end zone once again.
Kick goes into the end zone for the touchback. Pirates will take over first and 10 from their own 25-yard line.
Well, Pirates have put together a couple of nice drives at the end of the first half and to start the second half and really have nothing to show for it except heartache so far.
And the Pirates will stick with Damian Gomez. He's going back out there. Camacho right next to him. Same offensive line. Let's do it again. Let's get back in the red zone.
Yeah.
And just change the outcome here.
So, two receivers left, one to the near side from the 25-yard line. Gomez to Camacho. Nice hole between the right guard and the tackle. Closes quickly, but he pushes forward for about a 3-yard run before Matt Mitchell gets in his way. So they still have the starters out there on defense.
Well, it's one of those things, too. Like, I was talking last night. We were watching Crockett and East Side, here in the Austin area, and I was talking with the broadcaster that I was working with, Adam Mueller, and Crockett was up 63-0 at halftime, and the starters played all the way deep into the fourth quarter. It's one of those things, like, for a team, especially like Hardin Simmons, who expects to be in the playoffs or at least make a run at it, you have to have your team conditioned and ready to go for those longer games.
Yep.
And so it's one of those things that Coach Burleson is saying, we have to keep our guys out there just so they're ready to go for these longer games later on.
Camacho, good hard running out to the 30-yard line. Ball came out, but the line judge right there to say he was down. So it's going to set up a 3rd down and 5 after the 2-yard pickup. And Camacho is shaken up.
And he's grabbing his knee, it looked like.
Oh.
For a Pirates team that already has a lot of injuries at running back, this is not what you want to see.
Yeah, it looked like he took a shot right on the knees. He was trying to cut upfield.
For a freshman, those are one of the toughest injuries to have to deal with. And looking like it is his knee, the way the trainers are.
Being pretty ginger with him. He's getting up. That's a good sign. Putting some weight on it, that's an even better sign. Not a lot of weight, but
yeah, I think his knee just shifted right there. That's whenever he kind of buckled.
good to see him get up walking off the field under his own power, even with a little bit of help. Young man's had a good ball game today.
It looks like Christian Reeves now, number one's going to be in there, Merle.
Yep. So, opportunity for Reeves. That's how he has to look at it. Doesn't want to get it this way, but you work hard all season long. A chance to get some playing time here. Two receivers wide left, one to the near side. Gomez snap off his fingertips, and he's going to fall on the back of the 15-yard line. That'll set up a 4th down and about 20 to go. Just a concentration lapse there. Well, TJ, you talk about when you get down in a game like this, talk about playing for pride and all that kind of stuff. Right now, the Pirates have to dig a little deep because they look like a dispirited bunch down.
Looking tough, like they're already beaten. Obviously, they are losing, but there's still a whole quarter left to play. There's still 4 minutes, 10 seconds left in this quarter. And Hardin Simmons isn't going to let up.
Right.
So, and here in this last matchup with Hardin Simmons, as that ball just gets absolutely eaten up by the wind.
Yeah, landed at the 32-yard line. So only a 17-yard punt. On a normal day, that was probably about a 35 or 40-yarder, but just got up into that jet stream and came straight back down.
Like I was saying, here in this last matchup, Hardin Simmons isn't going to let up. Like you said, they need style points. So I can imagine Glenn's going to come back out, and he is right now. They're going for the jugular here. They're going to continue to try and beat down this Pirates team that is already deep in this hole.
So first down, Cowboys at the Southwestern 31. Moving from right to left. Glenn, handoff up the middle, inside the 30, and all the way down to the 25. About a 6-yard pickup for Colton Marshall. On the stop for the Pirates was Blaine Corkin. First time we've called him today. 2nd and 4 from the 25-yard line. One receiver right, one to the near side. Going to run a little counter reverse here inside the 25 and knocked out at the 21-yard line. Defended pretty well by the Pirates. I think they got enough of the first down. But they stayed home, TJ, and kept that from turning into a big play.
Yeah, that's a play they've seen all day from Hardin Simmons. They've scored on that play before. They've gotten big yardage out of that play. Finally, Pirates able to stay home, like you were saying. Make a play on the ball, but either way, first down, Hardin Simmons after that 5-yard gain.
Almost in the red zone again. First down at the 21-yard line. Trips wide right, one to the near side. Or nobody to the near side, pardon me. Same play. And flag comes down. Only about a 1-yard pickup as Gomez involved on the play. Looks like this one might be coming back. Gomez and Elijah Norris both involved on the stop.
Number 88 the offense. 10-yard penalty. First down.
So the Pirates will take the result of the penalty, make it 1st and 20 back to the 31.
And that was holding on the tight end, number 88, Jaden Coleman. And it's so tough to be a tight end nowadays, Merle. Even back in the day, I guess, too. You have to worry about catching, you have to worry about blocking, you have to practice so many different things, way more than anyone else has to practice in a normal practice. So you typically see tight ends kind of getting those kinds of penalties.
1st and 20 back to the 31-yard line. Dropping back, Lynn fires over to the right side and almost intercepted. Peyton Vaughn jumped that route perfectly, laid out to try to come up with the catch, couldn't quite do it. 2nd down.
I thought Peyton Vaughn had the pick ready to go right there, but like you said, just a little bit too late. Either way, great defense by the senior defensive back. We haven't called his name a lot today, but he's someone that the Pirates are trusting a lot this year to make plays on the defensive side of the ball.
2nd and 20 back to the 31-yard line. Two receivers right, Lynn. Marshall lined up to his left side. Under pressure. Hit as he throws that ball over the center of the field. That ball is incomplete out of the end zone. Threw that one up in a double coverage. Try to get it down the field to Jalen Crawford. But had Elijah Norris and Patrick Nicholas on the coverage. That one the wind definitely got a hold of.
Yeah, it definitely did. Like it looked like that ball even got tipped out of his hand, but somehow, some way, it ended up out of the end zone. And Glenn has usually been pretty accurate today, so we haven't seen too much of overthrowing from him.
3rd and 20 back to the 31-yard line. Glenn with Marshall to his right. Handoff Marshall right up the middle, and he's going to get back near the original line of scrimmage, maybe a couple of yards beyond that, about a 12-yard pickup.
26 Colton Marshall on the carry, brought down by 17 out.
And then a flag after the play.
And if that's on the Pirates, that's going to kill the Pirates because Hardin was already trotting out for a field goal. And it looks like it is going to be against the Pirates. I guess an unsportsmanlike maybe. But those are the types of penalties that kill you.
That's a unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 17 is the defense.
Oh, that's at least the second and third one of the Pirates, too. And they both have hurt.
That was number 17, Alec Gomez, who got that one. And we typically don't see him getting those types of penalties. Very tough, hard-nosed player. And this game may just be getting to him a little bit here.
So bails him out instead of 4th and 8 and a field goal. It's 1st and goal at the 9. Glenn in the shotgun. Handoff off the left side, trying to bounce it to the outside of the 5. And diving towards the end zone, got inside the pylon, I believe, for a touchdown. Yes, he did. Colton Marshall takes it in and makes the Pirates pay for the penalty.
And again, right there, counter to the left. They've done it all game. A counter to the right, counter to the left, counter. They run up the middle. And right there, counter to the left. Marshall doing a great job just being patient in the backfield. He let his blockers make their blocks, and he even followed one up. He was following his right tackle right there all the way to the end zone, and all he had to do was kind of just extend the ball over, and touchdown Cowboys.
53-0 with 1:41 to go, third quarter. Good snap and hold. Beer with a line drive kick out of the roof of the field house. And with 1:41 to go, third quarter, now 54-0 in favor of the Hardin Simmons Cowboys. That's going to be a good game next week between Howard Payne and Hardin Simmons.
Yeah, it will be. Two offenses who usually score more than 30 points. Two defenses who are stout. And special teams who just do get the job done. It's going to be, where's that game at, Merle?
It's at Howard Payne, so it'll be at Gordon Wood Stadium where we were last week.
And I want to say it's only like an hour and a half away from Abilene.
Yeah.
So these Hardin Simmons fans should travel well to that one too.
Well, if you are, Howard's 6-1, they would be trying to go to 7-1. Hardin Simmons would also be trying to go to 7-1. So, winner of that game has a shot at the playoffs.
Yeah, it's a battle for second place, right? Because they've both lost to UMHB.
I don't think Howard Payne's playing them yet.
Oh, they're the week after. Yeah, I think, right? Yeah.
And this kickoff has everything going from right to left, lands into the end zone.
I was wondering why the band sounded louder than normal. They're right here in front of us today.
Yeah, they are.
They're normally ducked out over there near the student section, but here they are right in front of us here around the 35-yard line.
I like it, actually.
Yeah, it does. It adds more to it. And if you notice on the previous drive, they were kind of extending like the notes they were playing. The forte was coming. They were getting real loud. But didn't do anything at the end of the day, but it's all good.
Handoff up the middle, and this is Jaquan Marion out to the 32-yard line. Started the game. Gave way to Camacho, but he's back in the ball game. Nice pickup there of about 6 yards on the play. 2nd down and 4. And another Pirate shaking up.
And that's Josh Taylor, number 71. I think he got his ankle rolled up on there, and that's the least favorite injury an offensive lineman likes.
That's the gift that keeps on giving, right?
There's a reason my ankles are still swollen to this day, Merle, and it's because of those kind of injuries.
I thought it was from all those nifty moves you made.
We could say maybe. I used to play a lot of basketball, so I'm very light on my feet, Merle, but for the most part, it's because of running backs rolling up on my ankles.
2nd down and 4, straight ahead running for Marion, who probably prefers that, making the contact, pushes it ahead for about a yard. It'll set up a 3rd and 3.
And so, as we're going to like the end of the quarter here, when you look at it, Merle, Hardin Simmons only scored 7 points offensively.
Yeah.
Like 14 of these points came from the defense. And when they scored on offense, they were gifted great field position.
Mm-hmm. Gomez, slant pattern. Off the fingertips of Powell. Would have been good for a 1st down out across the 40-yard line. Led him a little bit too much. That'll set up a 4th and 3, and the punting unit will come on here with 37 seconds to go.
So if we're looking at any kind of silver lining, that could be one. Obviously not, no, but at the end of the day, no. But if you're trying to find one, yes, you could say that. Since that second defense touchdown, we haven't been back in the red zone area at all.
Right. Good snap back. No rush this time, and a high punt over here to the near sideline. And going to be down at the 49-yard line. So again, only about a 15-yard punt. Good hang time, but not much distance into the teeth of that wind.
Yeah, hang time is not the stat you need on this side with the wind going into your face like that. We need some of those stingers that we were seeing in the first quarter from him.
Checking their offense here to see if they're going to bring in some new personnel. Looks like maybe.
Looks like number 8, right?
Number 8, yeah. A.J. Hawkins taking over at quarterback. He's going to keep it himself. Bounce it here to the near side across the 50. Gets a block in the back right in front of us, right in front of the official. Even I could see that one, TJ.
Yeah, that was just a bad decision there. If you're a Hardin Simmons wide receiver, number 6, Kai Brinkerhoff. Like, Elijah Norris had position on him, and he was going to make – I don't even think Elijah Norris was actually going to make the play. He was 2 inside.
Right.
But it was that extra push from Brinkerhoff that said, yeah, I'm going to throw this flag if I'm the ref.
If I can see it, you know it's obvious.
Oh, come on, Merle. Your eyesight isn't that bad.
Interesting to call it a spot foul because I guess it's on the edge. So it's 1st and 19 back at the 41-yard line. Clock is rolling. They don't have to run another play if they don't want to. But it looks like they do. Hawkins, same play as the first unit was running. Cuts it up to the 45, near sideline to the 50, to the 45, stays out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. Kevy Evans on the carry, and that's how a frustrating third quarter is going to come to an end here for the Southwestern Pirates. Down 54-0. We'll take a break. Be back for the 4th and final quarter from Georgetown. You're watching Southwest. Let's go down to Chuck down in Solid because I had a question I wanted to ask you, Chuck. It just seems to me, and TJ up here, the Pirates just seem like they're a dispirited bunch down there right now.
There is a lot of frustration going on here on the sidelines, and sources of that frustration, some of it internal, some of it from bad breaks, and some of it forced upon them by the Hardin Simmons Cowboys. It's a good team they're playing.
It is a good team. What are the coaches saying to the guys to try to get them to get motivated and finish this game out strong?
Well, there's a lot of encouragement, a lot of coaching going on as well. There's a lot of encouragement from their teammates as well. But you see outbursts of frustration. This is not the outcome that the Pirates want. And as a result, there is a little bit of an expression of that frustration.
Understood. Thank you, Chuck. We'll talk to you at the post game as the 4th quarter gets underway here. And handoff off left tackle inside the 35 to the 30, far sideline 25, and inside the 20 down to the 18-yard line. Good for a Cowboy first down.
And right now, even the backups for Hardin Simmons are doing a good job, and it could be because they're fresh or they're just not as tired as the Southwestern defense is, because this is a lot of the same guys we see as the starters on the defense. But right now, we just need to buckle in on both sides of the ball, play with that pride like you're talking with Merle, and just at least get some points on the board here.
Right. Colby Youngblood on that previous carry. Now they're going to run that counter to the right side, cutting it back up to the 15, breaking a tackle to the 10, and drug down at about the 6-yard line. Gomez on the stop. Carry made by Gatlin Martin.
And I think they may call a horse
collar, possibly.
It was that back judge that threw the flag in.
Well, face mask, same difference. It'll be 1st and goal from about the 2.5-yard line. 12:49 to go fourth quarter. Texas Lutheran on top of McMurray 14-3. One receiver wide left, 2 to the near side. On a first and goal, Hawkins in at quarterback. Going to keep himself around the right side, cutting it back up, and pushes his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
We will have holding, though, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, there's a flag down there at the right guard position.
Holding, number 22 of the offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot.
So that'll make a first and goal from about the 13-yard line. Take those points off the board here.
And Slim welcoming the refs to the game there. I don't know if you heard that one on the crowd mic, Merle. We were saying, Josh and I, we were saying at halftime, you got to get Slim on the show.
Yeah, I'm on the
Monday.
show.
Talk to Coach Austin about that.
But only if he dresses up like that.
Oh yeah, Slim has to wear all the paint and everything.
First and goal from the 13-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 to the near side. Hawkins dropping back, looking to his left, fires over to the left side. Got a receiver behind the defense, and in and out of the hands. Had Martin open behind the defense. Going to bring up a second down.
Yeah, that ball was just too underthrown right there. If Martin would have stopped, put his foot in the ground, and act like he was going to come back and make a play on the ball, that would have easily been pass interference on us. So luckily that didn't happen, because that would have been first and goal, from the 2,
right,
which would have been terrible.
Second and goal from the 13-yard line. Two receivers left, 1 to the near side. Dropping back, pressure coming, dumps it off underneath on the screen pass, complete to the 15, to the 10, and going to be down to about the 3-yard line to set up a down and goal. I'm not sure who was in Hawkins' face, but he almost laid him out.
I think it was the linebacker, number 30, Micah Justice. And that was just, Southwestern called the blitz, almost made the play, but Hardin Simmons called his screen, which is a blitz killer usually. So luckily we had just enough guys out there to make the play.
Right.
As a Pirates defender is now down over on the sideline.
Start of the fourth quarter, Mary Hardin Baylor leading Sil Ross State 38-14. That game up in Belton. Yeah, I'll try to find ETBU against Austin College, our next opponent. We'll see what's going on there. And is that Hackett shaking up?
No.
Oh, no, it's 90. Morian Williams Jack walking off the field under his own power. That's good to see.
Could just be cramps over there.
Yeah.
They've been out there all day, and like you were saying, it's a hot day in Georgetown. So it's been tough on them.
$80 degrees at kickoff. Third down and goal coming up here from the 5-yard line.
It's a Wildcat set.
Yes, indeed. Marshall in the Wildcat. Going to take it, cuts it back up, digging towards the goal line. The rugby scrum is going to push him across for the touchdown. Pirates had it played pretty well, but they got the beef behind him and pushed him across the line.
Yeah, they had Marshall in the backfield, looked like dead in the water, but no. Marshall able to get in there, but looks like another Pirates player down.
It's Gomez. He's up and trying to walk it off. Upset alert, TJ. 2:35 to go fourth quarter. Austin College 13, ETBU 10.
That's alarming. Considering we go play Austin College next week and ETBU beat us pretty handily.
Coming into today, Austin College is winless on the season, not just in the conference, the entire season at 0-6.
That's alarming.
Yeah. So win or lose, they've a little moral victory there for the Roos. The extra point attempt is up and over the fence and good. 13:27 to go, and it's 61-0 in favor of the Cowboys.
And one thing going back to the previous play, you know, Alec Gomez was down there. He was able to get up, walk off under his own power. You may have been able to see it on the broadcast, Merle. Damian Gomez, his twin brother, went out there to go check on his brother there, and I thought that was really cool to see. You know, even, you know, with the circumstances with the game, you know, these brothers still love each other and have that relationship to where Damian's going to run out there and check on him and make sure he was all right.
And if you were with us on the football show a couple of weeks ago, Damian is here because of Alex. They were recruiting Alex and realized that Damian played football as well and got a twofer.
It's a good deal if you're Coach Austin.
Yeah. Well, you've got 13 minutes and 27 seconds to get some points on the board. Get the goose egg off. Come close a couple of times in this football game.
With the missed field goal and then the interception in the red zone.
Going to be a returnable kick. Wilson fields it at the 10, to the 15, to the 20, coming right to left, gets a block on the edge, bounces it to the near sideline, to the 30, to the 35, and steps out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
And that's someone we haven't seen a lot today, Merle. JoJo.
Yeah.
JoJo Wilson. We typically see him leading the team in catches. So hopefully here, maybe on this drive, we can get him involved a little bit more.
Had 2 catches for 26 yards in the first half. I'm not sure if he's had any in the second half.
I don't think so. They've thrown the ball his way, but it just hasn't connected. We've relied more on Joey Robinson, Ethan Powell. Mitchell Garrett has seen a lot more action than normal.
So first down, Pirates at the 36-yard line, moving from right to left, wind at their back. Hand off Gomez to Jaquan Marion, out across the 40, hard running out to the 45-yard line. 9-yard pickup for Marion. Here's a guy who's now fighting for his job, basically.
Yeah, he's fighting for that starting spot to just hold it and then for just more reps throughout the game, especially with, you know, we don't know the injury to Camacho. We don't know the circumstance with the injury of the other running back. So, you know, with him, now Christian Reeves, we've seen him in the game.
Right.
It's going to be big for Jaquan to get going here.
9-yard pickup, 2nd and 1 from the 46-yard line. Low snap. They get it to Marion, and he's going to square up the shoulders and get it out to the 49-yard line. Needed 1, picked up 4 for a first down.
And Hardin Simmons right now showing a rhino set, a 5-man front, and so it changes the blocking scheme a little bit for Southwestern. Like, if they're going to pull, like, they may just say Bob, 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 which stands for big on big, and that just allows the lineman to just go one-on-one with every single guy up there, and just basically at that point it's one-on-one. That's where linemen love it. Like, it's like, who's going to win this one? And right there, Southwestern able to win that one, and Jaquan getting the first down. And another rhino set here.
Spot him just shy of the 50-yard line. Going to give it to Marion, trying to get the corner turn to the left with a nice stiff arm. Lowers his shoulder and bangs his way down to the 47-yard line. Determined running there because they had it strung out pretty well, but he just lowered the shoulder and dove for about a 4-yard pickup.
4-yard runner carries the ball into Cowboy territory. It'll be 2nd down from the Cowboy 47-yard line.
Not sure if you're working against first string, second string, or a combination, but it doesn't matter. Right now you just want to get a drive together and get points. Marion dives inside the 45, down to the 43, gain of another 3 or 4 yards on the carry. The line judge had him at the 43, but the official on the far side says the 45.
And there's a lot of extracurriculars going on right now, Merle. A lot of talking, a lot of jawing going back and forth. And if you're the refs, you got to get this game just under wraps.
Well, you said there's some history here.
There's always history. There's always been some animosity between the coaches and just the teams in general. We've usually played them close. We haven't ever beat them.
Right.
But we've always played them close for the most part. Obviously today not the case, but there's always been a history between the two schools.
3rd and 4 from the 45. 10:40 to go in the ball game. Trips to the right side. In a triangle, 1 here to the near side. Gomez. And going to tuck it back under and run it down to the 41-yard line. Good for a Pirate first down. Started right, put on the brakes, and then just dove right between the guard and the center there on the right side to pick up the first down.
Yeah, the whole Hardin Simmons defense was going towards the pool. They had it smelled out perfectly. Like you said, Gomez just kind of put his foot in the ground and just said, I'm going to go through this hole and see what happens. And he was able to find the first down through that hole.
So first set of downs at the 40-yard line. Handoff, Marion. Gets a block on the edge. Great block inside the 35 to the 30 and pounds it down to the 28-yard line. Who was that masked man? Number 60, Anderson Johnson. We saw him lose his helmet earlier. He had a great block on the edge, TJ, to spring the runner.
A huge block on the edge right there, Merlin. If you look back, you may have seen Marion kind of push him into the guy to kind of spring the block a little bit. So you have a big man like that, 300 pounds plus, get a little push, a little bump. You don't want to be in front of that if you're a defender. And Marion was able to just slip right through that block for the first down. A good play for the Pirates.
Pirates stringing together another decent drive, trying to finish it off. First and 10 at the 28-yard line. Low snap, handoff Marion, and this time nowhere to go. 34, the first one to get him, Cade Michna.
And he didn't make the play on it, but number 46, Cody Harrell, was able to slip through the block by the left tackle of Southwestern, and he caused enough havoc in there that messed up Marion and allowed his teammates to come and make a tackle on him for the loss.
Loss of 4, second and 14 from the 32-yard line. Inside of 9 minutes to go.
Excuse me, that was number 49, Zacoby Haverly.
One receiver right, 2 to the near side. Gomez dropping back. Good protection. Dumps it off underneath. Complete to Joey Robinson inside the 30 to the 29-yard line, back near the original line of scrimmage. But good penetration there and good play by the Cowboy defense. Number 34 again on the stop. Michigan again.
Yeah, you don't see too many people bringing Joey Robinson down with one tackle, so
right.
Mishna doing a good job of hitting Joey low and driving his feet through the ball carrier. That's textbook tackling. It's what they teach you growing up. So a good job by Mishna there.
Third down and 11 from the 29-yard line. Got to get it down to the 18 to pick up the first. Bringing pressure, and they're going to get to Jaquan Marion. Back at the 32-yard line. Just met him in the backfield as soon as he got his hands on the football. That pressure coming right up the gut.
Yeah, that's number 62, Jim Hitchcock. Haven't heard his name at all today, but he was making himself known right there. A big hit on Jaquan Marion, and the Pirates are going to bring out the punting unit, it looks like.
Now they're going to try a field goal with Fournier, try to get some points on the board. I know he's got the leg. It'd be a 49-yarder, but he's got a stiff wind at his back.
He pulled the last one he had on the other side of the field.
So Charlie Fournier with the 49-yard field goal attempt. Good snap and hold. Kick is up, is blocked. Tipped to the line of scrimmage, and the goose egg will stay on the scoreboard. When you got to drive it a long way, you got to kick it low, and that's one of the dangers. This one of those big meat hooks is going to get in the way of the football.
So both teams today now blocked the field goal. Obviously for Southwestern, it meant a little more to have theirs blocked. Shutout still on the cards, and Hardin Simmons, good field position to start.
7:14 to go, 61-0, all Cowboys. Two receivers left, one to the near side. A.J. Hawkins stays in at quarterback for Hardin Simmons. And all sorts of messy stuff going on there. Going to be a 1-yard carry out to about the 33-yard line. They love that play.
They do. Like if I'm a defensive coach watching film on them, I'm going to keep. I mean, obviously that's what they do.
Yeah.
Seems like they're bread and butter. They have so many different variations of the counter right now that it's kind of hard to stop. But if you have a good old line like Hardin Simmons does, like why not keep running it?
Right. And bounce it to the far side. Flag down at the 40-yard line of the 45. Another flag. So for now, it's about a 12-yard pickup, but I think it was aided and abetted by a couple of illegal blocks.
are 2 fouls on the play, both on the offense. Holding, number 7, that penalty declined. Holding, number 87, penalty for the spotted foul, remains second down.
So that'll push it back to the 26-yard line.
That's interesting that they declined the holding by the offensive lineman, because if
Right.
it's a spot foul like that, the lineman penalty was a lot closer to the line of scrimmage than the wide receiver penalty. So
I guess you want to make it second down instead of 1st and 20, maybe?
maybe.
Well, no, you could say same down either way.
It still would be second down.
Yeah. Huh. Well, 2nd and 21. Hawkins dropping back, looking, firing over to the right side. Got a receiver all alone at the 50-yard line. To the 45, to the 40, 35, 30, bouncing to the far side, 25, inside the 20, and down to about the 16-yard line. Just got behind, busted coverage on the defense. There's another flag back in the backfield.
Just a lot of flags right now. There's one in the backfield. They just threw one near the ball.
We might have a roughing call, possibly.
I think so, the way the ref's running and no one's coming back.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Number 93 of the defense. Half the distance to goal from the end of the run. Automatic, first down.
So it goes from bad to worse.
Well, they haven't talked
about this flag yet. He might not know there's another flag.
Yeah, the white hat was way over here, so I don't think he knows. But the big one is that it wasn't roughing the passer, it was unnecessary roughness. So they can tack that on, whereas roughing the passer, they would just have to decline it.
So if you're a Pirate fan, you're hoping that something similar on this end of the field.
But if it's then on Hardin Simmons, since it's unnecessary roughness, would they just cancel out?
Cancel out, yeah.
Unless it was after the play.
Right.
There's a lot of situations here. But that was just broken coverage all the way on that play. You know, you had Peyton Vaughn, who I think we were in a zone right there, cover 2, and it just looked like he expected someone else to kind of be there in that area. Either way, a good big play there.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 80 of the offense. That 15-yard penalty will be set after this goal. Still first down.
So it's still going to be first down.
Why would it be half the distance to the goal? Okay.
Oh, and now they're going to go back 15 maybe this way?
Gotcha. Because the way he phrased it, it was going to be half the distance to the goal on the unsportsmanlike. But it's half.
Yeah, it's the 23, yeah.
So they marked off the unnecessary roughness and then marked off the unsportsmanlike. Okay.
So when all is said and done, it's first down for the Cowboys at the Pirate 24-yard line with 6:07 to go. Clock already moving. Hawkins going to keep it himself left side. And not much running room. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Looks like a Lund on the stop for the Pirates. One receiver left, 2 to the near side. Second down and 10 from the 24-yard line. There's the band like you were talking about.
They're a traveling band, too. They're on the other side now.
Pass over the far side and incomplete. Overshot his intended receiver. Trying to get it down the field to Guy Creamer. They'll bring up a third down and 10 from the 24. Stops the clock with 5:09 to go.
We were talking about the band just now and how they went to the other side. They're traveling, basically following Hardin Simmons, but on that play, they were still doing, the forte, the music. You saw after the incomplete pass, the band director gave a little fist bump. So he's hyped up. His band kind of helped out there.
Third down and 10 from the 24-yard line. Hawkins dropping back, looking. Fires over the center of the field and off the fingertips and incomplete. Well, that was dangerous. They almost got another one out of that.
Hawkins pass was incomplete, intended for 80 KJ Peoples.
Going to bring up a 4th down with 5:03 to go.
It looks like Coach Burleson's going to keep his offense out there, try and get as many points as possible. I mean, it is a long field goal into the wind.
Into the wind,
so I don't blame him.
Yeah. So 4th and 10 from the 24. Two receivers split out to either side. Hawkins dropping back, pressure coming up the middle, flushes him out, rolling to his left, and got some running room, but he couldn't stay in bounds. He had nobody in front of him once he got around the edge, but enough Pirates got to him and stopped him just shy.
Yeah, good hustle there by the Pirates because, like you said, Merle, no one was in front of him. He would have easily gotten to the end zone had he not been pushed out by some Pirates that just didn't want to give up there, and I appreciate that.
Yep, absolutely. I think for Southwestern, it was Liam Phelan involved over there on the far side. I think.
It looks
May
like
have been 96.
We have some new offensive linemen out there, too. Number 58, Demetrius Elko. Number 71, Josh Taylor again.
First down at the 21-yard line after the turnover on downs. Gomez hit as he throws it, and that ball is going to be incomplete. Try to get it out to JoJo Wilson. The pressure coming. Makai Coleman on the coverage. Almost looked like a punt returner there.
Intended for number 80, JoJo Wilson.
Second and 10 from the 21. Hand off up the middle, and not much running them there. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. That's going to set up a 3rd down and 10. I think we got a new running back in the game. I think that's number 1, Christian Reeves again.
Yeah, just no movement right there on that play. The defensive line of Hardin Simmons just doing a good job of just staying strong there. Because we've seen the running game pick up for Southwestern here in the second half.
Right.
But right there, they were digging down a little deeper, not allowing that to happen.
Third down coming up. We come up on the 4-minute mark in this one.
Got to be quick.
Oh, they just do get it off. Gomez dropping back, swings it out to the right side, complete to the 25, and good for about a 5-yard pickup. Going to set up a 4th and 5. Christian Reeves out of the backfield, hauling that one in. But a familiar side, unfortunately, for the Pirates, as Ben Lancaster back on to punt this one away. Good snap back. And Lancaster end over end punt, fielded at the 32-yard line, straight ahead running to the 40, the 45, to the near side, to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, 35, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. That'll be a touchdown. No flags. I think it was KJ Peoples.
And that's something that we saw earlier whenever Lancaster punted in the first quarter. He kind of punted a little too low of a line drive. And with the wind at your back, you don't want to keep it low because it'll get there even quicker.
Yeah.
And not allow your return or your coverage unit to get there. And we saw a little bit of it in the first quarter as there's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Hardin Simmons. But right here now, there was no one to cover Peoples. It was just he had an easy route to the end zone.
Hardin Simmons, number 5. That penalty enforced on the kickoff. Result of the play is a touchdown.
So the kickoff will come from the 20-yard line instead of the 35. 67-0. They've scored on offense. They've scored on defense. They've scored on special teams.
So then 28 points, or at least 24 points, are a result of touchdowns from those other two units not called offense.
Yep. The kick is good. So 3:11 to go, 68-0.
There's been 3 defensive and now 1 special teams. So if you subtract that, it's 44 points by the offense. It obviously doesn't make this any closer, but
right.
It's not 68-0. It would be 44-0.
Well, unfortunately, as we know all too well, they all count.
Yeah. It's not horseshoes, I guess.
Right. And it's gone final in Marshall. Austin College knocking off ETBU 13-10.
That's alarming.
Well, hopefully they'll be happy with their one win, and we can.
They'll be satisfied?
They'll revert to form next week.
They'll be satisfied?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, kudos over to the Kangaroos. Talk about not giving up in the season. You're 0-6, a heavy underdog. And they got the job done.
And that'll hurt ETBU, who normally competes as 3rd and 4th in this conference.
Yeah.
Could see him slip down to 5th or 6th after that now.
Line drive kick. Fielded at the 28-yard line. To the 40. Elijah Norris looking for a running room. He's going to flung down at the 42-yard line. Good coverage downfield by Hardin Simmons. By Lambert on the stop.
And if you're Southwestern here, let's try to get in the end zone. Let's try and get this shutout off the board. 3 minutes left. I think we can do it.
24 seconds left in the fourth quarter in Abilene. It is TLU 17, McMurray 10.
Now it's saying 0. 0 seconds.
It just went final. Live stats. So 17-10 takes Texas Lutheran will get the win over McMurray.
That's also alarming.
Hand off. Jaquan Marion looking for running room, and he's not going to find much. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
Number 5, Jaquan Marion on the carry.
Big number 61 on the stop, Alex Trammell. .240 to go.
Next, you're going to tell me UMHB's losing, Merle.
I'm checking. They had a pretty healthy lead, but I'm just.
Never know with those guys out from Sol Ross and Alpine. Never know.
Got to be a different kind of cat to go to school out there, right?
They are like 2 hours away from the nearest grocery store. How do you enjoy life out there?
Right.
You literally have to like hunt and fish for food. I mean, you can't just go to the. I mean, I love hunting and fishing. Trust me, but I don't want to do it when I have a paper due at midnight.
Right.
I can't do it.
Marion on the carry, 2-yard loss out of bounds at the 40-yard line. So 3rd and 12, inside of 2 minutes to go.
We're going to have one rogue, like Sol Ross fan listening into this broadcast.
Right.
Like, I'll have you know, we're only an hour and 45 minutes from the nearest grocery store.
And when you're starving during the zombie apocalypse, I'll still be here. To the 45-yard line. Good hard running by Marion out to the 46. 6-yard pickup as helmets go flying. And set up a 4th down and about 6 to go from the 46-yard line.
Yeah, somehow Brian Gutierrez ended up at the 50, but his helmet was back at the 40 near the right hash. I'm not a physics major, but I don't know how that happened.
I don't know how that happened either.
Brings the ball up to the 46-yard line.
And I'm always a little relieved that there's not a head inside the helmet when it comes flying off like that.
Yeah, that'd be a scary day, Merle. That might be the end of my broadcast career if that ever happens.
That'd be a bad afternoon for somebody.
I guess that would be getting in the spirit of Halloween at that point.
Yeah, true. Pirates going to go for it here on 4th down. 4th and 6 to go from the 46-yard line. Gomez dropping back, looking, firing over the center of the field, and incomplete. Off the fingertips of Ethan Powell. Had him open for the first down, but overshot him a little bit. And hopefully Hardin Simmons will be content to take a knee and move on the next week.
If I know anything about them, that
Probably
is
not.
always a question of they might not. But looks like here they will.
45-14, the latest score. 1:37 to go, fourth quarter. 45-14, Mary Hardin Baylor over Sul Ross State. And taking the knee. New quarterback in for Hardin Simmons. Designated victory formation quarterback is Tomas Rosenthal. They'll do it one more time, and so 2 carries, -6 yards for Rosenthal. And the clock is going to tick down, and it's going to be a 68-0 shutout here for Southwestern at the hands of the Hardin Simmons Cowboys. Tough afternoon for Southwestern. Looks like Coach is heading over to Chuck. So,
Ladies and gentlemen, Southwestern University Department of Athletics would like to thank you for attending today's game.
now he's going to wave him off.
He said he'll come back in a minute.
Oh, going to come back to us? Okay.
Yeah, he probably wants to talk to the guys beforehand.
Yeah. Why don't we go ahead and take a break, Joshua? We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll get Coach's comments here and be back to wrap this one up. 68-0, your final score. Hardin Simmons over the Cowboys. Southwestern Pirates football on the Vype Live Network. Take him into the locker room. This might be a while.
Yep. And
Vlog number one. Well, first off, thank you for being here.
Jordan Battles reach over the defender.
Crosby's second state championship appearance.
Jackson. Go ahead and come back to me, Josh. And we're welcome back to Birkelbach Field, 68-0 the final score, and we're waiting to see if Coach Austin is going to come back out. Chuck, did you get the impression he was coming back out, or we're not quite sure at this point?
Well, I did get the impression that he would be coming back out, but he definitely wanted to make sure that all of his players made their way into the locker room. As you witnessed, it was a pretty chippy game, especially late. Very physical on both sides of the football, and a lot of talking, and that continued through the handshake and beyond. And I think he wanted to be sure that he controlled all of his players and kept them out of any trouble that was unnecessary.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen him take the team into the locker room like this. And, they got three more football games to go. We just saw, and you heard us on the broadcast talking about Austin College having a rough season. They bounced back to defeat ETBU today. So I think part of this might be getting his guys right to finish out the season strong. They got a chance to finish up the year at 5-5 still.
Well, and this game, there was a lot of bad breaks for the Pirates, but some of the breaks were a result of bad decisions by Pirate players. So, that's probably what he's talking to his guys about. The score would have been a lot closer. TJ mentioned it a couple of times during the broadcast that the defense for Hardin Simmons was able to put up quite a few points for their team today, and under control, and he may or may not come back out of that locker room. I'm sure it's a long post-game discussion, so I'll leave it up to you, Merle.
Okay, we'll hang here for just a couple minutes. Bailey Middleton was kind enough to send over some stats by email. Let's kind of take a look at that. It's not going to be a very pretty picture. 68-0 the final score, obviously. First downs 24-12. They were 3 of 7 in third down efficiency. Southwestern 5 of 19. 398 yards of the team, let alone a college program, and you're less than 200 yards of total offense. That's that's 0 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and then a lot of that stemmed from the first half, right? Like we were talking at halftime, how we had only 78 yards, and 40 plus of those came from our last drive in the first half. So overall, just a tough performance today. I mean, there's no other way to put it. Ways that we normally do. So this is going to be one of those where the Pirates are going to need to come back, lick their wounds.
7.8 yards per play. You talked about that early on. When they're picking up 6, 7, 8, 9 yards on the first down play, makes it pretty easy to sustain drives.
It does, but when you think about it too, Merle, like something we were saying, they never really started, far
yards on Hardin Simmons. To Chuck's point about that kind of really hurting the Pirates here today. Damian Gomez, 10 of 18, pick up some nice yards. For Hardin Simmons, Galen Glenn, 8 of 13 for 165 yards and 3 touchdowns. No running back. Marshall Featherstone, 44, 35 yards. Evans, 29 yards. So running back by committee, but it got the job done for Hardin Simmons. So, just kind of the numbers you look at. JoJo Wilson, usually such a key target, only 2 catches of 26 yards. Joey Robinson, 4 for 24. Ethan Powell, 3 for 20. Just unable to find and connect with those receivers when they were open. I think the wind had something to do with it. The pressure had something to do with it. But just a tough day for the Pirate offense all the way around. So we are waiting. Haven't seen anybody come out of the locker room just yet.
I've seen a lot of players come out and talking that Coach Austin's done talking.
Right. Which kind of makes me think that he's not going to come back, Chuck. What do you think?
Well, I think I may agree with you. Maybe he needs a little bit of time to break down the film, just analyze some of the things that went wrong today and really think about it before responding. And, I can wait if necessary, but it doesn't look like he's coming out.
No, I don't think he would. I don't think he would wait this long, especially with the guys coming out of the locker room. He knows that we're down here. So we'll get your final thoughts before we sign off for the afternoon, Chuck.
Well, it was a tough afternoon all around. My initial thought is that the Hardin Simmons Cowboys are much better than I was going to be. I knew that explosive offense. I knew they like to throw the football around the field, but I didn't know the run portion of their offense was as good as it was.
Yeah.
And their defense as well, as they held the Pirate offense, especially in that first half, to really no first down. I think that's a good thing about football season. Yeah, that's a good thing about football season. You have you want to go 1-0 every weekend.
Right.
Once you lose a game, you can reshift and refocus on that next victory. And that's what the Pirates need to do here.
All right,
Thanks,
Chuck.
Tom.
Well, Chuck, appreciate it, and we will talk to you on Monday or next week, whichever works out for you. TJ, your final thoughts here before we sign off?
It's kind of similar to last week. On to the next one, right?
Yeah.
Like, put this week behind you. We'll analyze the film tomorrow, and we'll go through it. We'll talk about it, but this is going to be the last time we talk about it. Like, now it's on to Austin College. They just beat a tough ETBU team today, so it's not going to get any easier next week as we go over to their place. They've notoriously known they have great home field advantage with the field, with sometimes the referees. So there's a lot of different areas where Pirates can slip up next week. So it's going to be imperative that you learn from this week, take those learnings, apply it to practice all week, and just come prepared next week against Austin College, so you can just make sure this doesn't happen again.
Yeah, try to break the losing streak that the Pirates are on. So Hardin Simmons improves to 4-1 in the conference, 6-1 overall, and they've got a big ball game coming up next Saturday at home against Howard Payne. And good luck to both teams in that game. That's going to be a good one if you like small school college football. Check that one out. That's going to do it for us this afternoon. We'll be back with you next Saturday from Sherman, Texas, as Southwestern takes on the Austin College Kangaroos. And don't forget to come out to Jack's Lounge at the Georgetown Sheraton each and every Monday night at 6 o'clock for our SU Football Weekly Show with Coach Austin. If you can't make it, we'll be broadcasting that on Vype.com and SouthwesternPirates.com as well. For my broadcast partner, TJ Vela, our sideline reporter, Chuck Tracy, cameraman Harley Hudson and Colton Hoff, our producer, Josh Blanche, our quality control administrator today, Skylar Gillespie, technical director, Cinna Vincott, graphics and support, Josh W., and everyone at Vype Media. My name is Merle Bertrand, signing out from Birkenbach Field in Georgetown, where the Southwestern Pirates have fallen to the Hardin Simmons Cowboys 68-0. Have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next time for more Pirates football right here on Vype. Good night, everybody.